Do you need more? Oh my gosh. It's like
Perfect.
It like flips out a little bit. It's like so awkward and weird.
That was like it's driving me
I'm
crazy.
gonna have to go against my rule and put the cord on this side. I actually used to have 2 of those, right? But the cord on the other one, which is like the same headphones, broke off, and Rain doesn't sell extra cords. So
really,
yeah, I would have had to buy like a whole new fucking headphone set.
They come off, right?
Yeah, they do, but they're like so unique because you got to like push them in and twist, and they're not the same as like just a regular audio jack cord. So it's fucking strange, man.
That's how they get you.
I mean, literally, like it's like so many things in life, right? It's you buy something, you think it's good, and then it's like all the extra little shit.
Yeah, extra little shit. That happened with me with and I could be, wrong about it, but that happened with me with my AirPods. I lost the
case.
The battery charger case in a Uber, and I tried to buy a new one. And the new one was just fucking trash. It wasn't even charging it or anything like that. I thought it was like fucking. So I don't know if you can get like a new one or if you have to go to Apple or like. But I was so annoyed that I was like, let's fucking buy a new pair.
I got to tell you a little secret. You can buy another case.
Damn, see, about a bitch.
You can even buy.
I don't have patience for technology,
dude. I'm the same way with just like patience and buying things. My wife thinks I'm crazy because I'll buy something, right? And then it like doesn't work, doesn't fit, whatever it is. And then I'm supposed to return it, right? But then it's still sitting in my fucking car at the back of wherever my office 3 months later.
Yeah, it's such an inconvenience.
I know. And even with Amazon though, they make it so fucking easy that it's like, I don't know. For me, the ability to return something, go to Kohl's, go wherever, have them come pick it up. It's very easy compared to how it used to be, but still, I'm a lazy fuck when it comes to that shit. Yeah,
just shit. Like I'm like, fuck it, I'll buy a new pair. I'm not gonna try to figure the fuck out like why the first fucking battery charger case didn't work.
100%, man.
And I just the other day I was in Miami, and one of my buddies, we were on these scooters. We were going to this like art district area. And there's parts of Miami that are, pretty hood. For sure. And we were on the scooters, and the scooters, like, oddly enough, stopped. Like, they shut off when we were in the hood, right?
Oh, shit.
So we're rolling around the hood, and my buddy was like, oh, man, we gotta go back, take him back, like, like back a mile to fucking, so, and I was like, fuck it. I was like, let's just leave these motherfuckers here. I was like, I'm cool with the fucking fine. I'll take it. It's $100 fine. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. That's how I am.
Respect, bro. That's exactly it. I don't know.
Fuck it.
It's like, fuck it, dude, man. Like,
all right, thanks. Okay, cool, bird.
Yeah, seriously. And it's like, why? I don't know. Like, time is everything. Like, it's like, it's everything. And it's like, so the time that's going to take you to walk back, to bring that, to do that, then to get what you're doing. And it's like, an hour has already passed, right? Yeah. And so it's like, if you, especially if you got the extra dough, then, why not?
Put it this way. We had to go so far back that we had to catch an Uber to.
Oh, you guys ended up doing it anyways.
Well, I know. I was fucking pissed. But yeah, like, and we were so close to this art district. Yeah. And I was like, $100 fine.
It's so crazy though, right?
Yeah.
I was in
I'll take the
L. Me too. Well, I was in DC like 2 years ago, and it was myself, the wife, and her pops, my father-in-law. And so we're like cruising around DC on these scooters, right? And as soon as you get to like all the main monuments or the Capitol, right? They just stop. Exactly. And they go like a mile per hour. Yeah. In that whole area. So it's like the same thing.
Yeah.
That's
pretty
weird.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. But in the hood, it was just like, we're just gonna stop you guys right
now. Exactly. That's kind of fucked up, right? I mean, it's kind of fucked up. That's
like, just mind your P's and Q's and look straight.
Of course. I don't know. I could understand about like the Capitol, right? I could understand about that. Like, I understand they got to run a business and all that shit, but that is kind of fucked up.
Just can't have those fucking scoots laying all over the place. I get it.
Yeah, me too, dude. I got one of them. I fucking love them.
I saw that.
Yeah. It's really cool. Like,
no, I should just fucking get one,
dude. I paid like $400 for that. It's got I got a lock. It has a lock built into it. It has a smart lock, so like if you don't put the right code in, it doesn't move. Just like the situation that we both had. It goes 20 miles an hour. It goes like 30 miles on a full charge. Bomb ass lights. Great braking system. It's definitely worth it. Dude, I have an office that's like, I don't know, 5 miles away from here.
Yeah.
And I was having my wife, we got a Tesla, and it was the wrong one. And so we had some issues, and we got the other one. And during that time, my wife was taking my car to the studios where she was working at. And a lot of the days, I would just hop on my scooter and fucking go, dude.
Yeah, why not?
Dude, it was epic. I mean, that feeling of like, I don't know, like 8:30 in the morning. It just, I don't know, there's something so nostalgic about it.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
Oh, same age. 87?
Yeah, 86.
86? Oh, so you'd be 30.
Yeah,
35.
35, man.
Yeah. I remember the Go-Peds.
Yes.
Remember those?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
How old are you? I was like, I don't know.
He's a baby.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay. I figured as much, but I was like, let me clarify. Didn't want to assume.
Isn't it weird though? It's like looking at 18, 19-year-olds now. They're young.
Yeah, they're young. 18. Like it's just fucking. It's just young. Just young.
It's so weird.
Yeah, like I mean, like it's weird. Like college students look like babies to me.
I know.
It's the fucking craziest shit.
I never thought that. Like,
I know, yeah. You just don't think about it.
And it's like every stage as you get older, it's like you start to realize these other things, and it's just like, fuck, man, you got this time just ticking.
Because I was a, what is it? Yeah, I was a cheerleading coach, and so because I did cheerleading, I just wanted to be a cheerleading coach.
I get it,
but yeah, like some of the kids I used to coach when they were, just little babies, and then all of a sudden, I see got accepted into.
It's so weird.
Like, what the fuck?
It's so weird, right?
I'm like, what?
It's like that.
Yeah,
it's literally like that.
Literally your age.
Yeah.
You are you in high school?
Oh no, I just graduated.
You just graduated? Yeah.
It's
where
weird.
you going? Are you going to school or anything?
Just COC, College of the Canyons, like the community college.
Do you have a community college here? Yeah.
Closer on the mic.
Yeah, do it that way.
Yeah, there you go.
Do the
much
community
cheaper,
college,
affordable.
Yeah.
It's also a different time now too, man.
Yeah, fuck it,
dude. It's such a different time, right?
Did you go to college?
No, fuck no. I dropped out of high school.
Yeah.
I it's weird, man, because
You from here?
Yeah, born and raised. What about you?
I'm from Arizona, Mesa, Arizona.
Mesa, Arizona.
Yeah.
So is that kind of like where your story starts?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about it. You're born and raised in Mesa, Arizona.
Yeah. It's the fucking desert.
Yes, just a little bit.
It's the desert, and I grew up, where I grew up in Mesa is a pretty poor area. I think even still to this day, like some areas just grow.
Of course, yes, 100%.
My area is the exact same, and I think they want to just leave it like that. It's like, hey,
it's good as is.
It's good as is. No one wants to come this way. There's no attractions over here for anyone to come over this way.
It's terrible.
It's like you can build whatever the fuck you want over there. It'll come down.
Build $1 million house. It's 500,000 next year.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty fucking much. But Arizona is one of those places where, it's just anywhere in Arizona, no matter where you live in Arizona, you got to create your own fun, because it's just fucking that it's just desert. That's it.
Yeah.
So you got to find something to do, and either two options: you get talented at some shit, or you take the other fucking route of partying and drugs.
Yes.
Which was, a lot more popular than,
of course,
becoming talented at something.
I think that's kind of obvious a lot of the times. Growing up out there, there's not a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, you gotta. Even with me being a stand-up comedian, listen, I could do as much as I can in Arizona, but if I don't, I'll hit a ceiling.
Yeah.
If I would have stayed out there, you kind of have to if you really want to do something, yeah, you kind of, I mean, bands, it's different. Like if you're a band, you know, it's a little bit different. You don't have to like move anywhere. You can, you know, be loud in the town that you're in. Of
course.
But, you know, as far as comedy, it's a lot more difficult than that. You know, you kind of need, you know, a bigger market to be able to do, you know, excel at it.
Was that always something that was part of the plan? Because you said you were a cheerleading coach.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, no, comedy was never part of the plan.
Was cheerleading part of the plan?
No, I just had fun with it. I started cheerleading when I was 15 years old.
Okay.
I've always been a massive fan of music. That's my fucking, you know, specifically the genres of, you know, punk rock, just heavy metal, hard rock, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, so that was the thing that I thought I'd be doing. It was either something with being in a band or going pro with skateboarding. One of those two. Yeah. That's what I thought. And then cheerleading kind of just, you know, happened just basically off of, you know, lust.
I respect that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I just had a crush on a girl. And, you know, she asked me to do cheerleading. To go back a little bit, originally when I was like 5, I taught myself how to do backflips and stuff.
Oh, shit.
I think early on, I think I knew, or not necessarily knew, but just I was like, I knew I'd be a freak of nature when it came to just wanting to do something and be talented at something.
Yeah. So you just do backflips though?
Yeah, I taught myself at like 5, you know, and then, you know, she saw me doing the flips and was like, yo, you want to join cheer? And I was like, fuck yeah.
You're like, yeah, sign me up, baby.
You're there. I'm there.
So are you actually doing cheer?
Yeah, I was really fucking good at it.
There we go.
I got really, really good at it because it was, you know, like, I don't know. It was just one of, like, I'm just that. That's why I said, like, I think I just knew, like, whenever I find something that I want to do, like, I'll do whatever I can to learn as much as I can about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's the way with, like, skateboarding, you know, music, you know, playing guitars and stuff. And with cheerleading, I just lock in. I just lock in and just, you know, yeah, like, I remember, you know, because it was competitive cheerleading where you do competitions, you know, you travel around, do, you know, nationals, you know, you do states or whatever. And, you know, I would watch like all these cheerleading videos of all these competitions and how people would operate because it was it was a lot more, I was just completely interested in it because I was just like, man, this is actually a lot cooler than I thought, you know. I was like, I joined this for this girl, but at the same time, I was like, this thing is really fucking cool. And it was a positive thing. It was just positive. Like, you know, I come from a hectic home life. I don't know how much you know about me, but you know, I come from a family. I lived with my biological mom, stepfather, and my 3 other brothers and sister. And so my stepfather was super abusive. I don't know how deep we can get here.
It's
is this
deep.
your,
Dude,
yeah, okay.
this is it. This is it.
And don't feel I'm comfortable talking about all this shit.
No, I love it. Dude, I've talked about
I'm one of those people, I'm like, it already happened. I'm not one of those people that's going to sit in front of a computer and pull up fucking cards and be like, this happened to me. It already happened.
No, dude,
you know,
I'm
not one of those people, and I'm not saying those people can't do that. I'm just not one of those people that talks about my, like, I've already done it that way. I'm not one of those people that talks about my past in an emotional way.
I get that.
I got more of a triumph.
Of course. You know, it's like all the things that we go through in life. Some people go through worse shit. Some people go through better shit.
Yeah.
And one thing I find is the people that have had it, you know, tougher, right? Yeah. Especially the successful ones, right?
Yeah.
There's something inside of those individuals. There's like this driving force. And if you look back at their story, it starts from that, man. And there's this hunger and this thing that just propels these individuals forward. And so turning a negative into a positive, it totally makes sense.
That's what punk rock taught me.
Dude, that's what it's all about, bro. That's literally what it's all about. And so, you know, for you, what was it like? What was it like, you know, growing up? You said, you know, abusive.
I mean, you know, you don't understand what you're in. You just know, you think it's normal. You think this is like, oh, this must be like every home, or or you just don't know. You don't know anything other than that.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, I like all that, the cheerleading, the fucking punk rock, you know, the skateboarding, the flips, whatever the fuck I went for, that was all the escape. You know, those were the things that like, where I was like, oh, I actually feel good about life. I wasn't suicidal, you know. I didn't want to like self-harm, you know. I knew it was an option.
Yeah.
But then I don't know what I think if I didn't have, you know, I give so much credit to the world of punk rock as to why I didn't, you know, do self-harm or harm others.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's an easy route to take, but it doesn't really solve anything. And that's what I felt like with punk rock. Punk rock was like this thing that basically was like, yo, here's what you're going through, but here's what you're gonna do about it.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like it teaches you this thing that, you know, I don't know what, you know, genres you're into, but you know,
I grew up on punk rock.
Okay.
And hip-hop, so.
Okay. Hell yeah. So it teaches you this, you know, punk rock spoke closely to me. It wasn't necessarily hip hop. I didn't connect with it because it was a different style, but the aggression with punk matched the energy that I had. That's why I fell into it.
Absolutely.
You know, even before that, like the new metal, like Korn.
Yeah.
You know, like all those bands were like a thing for me, you know, as well, because yeah, that was the sound. It matched the sound of like what I would hear in my home.
I get that, man.
You know,
I get that. I mean, I grew up on, you know, like No Effects, Rise Against, Less Than Jake, you know, Strung Out, Deftones, Blink, fucking, even like, you know, like fucking Sepultura to fucking, just like fucking H2O, like just a whole bunch of different stuff. But I can relate because I grew up in an abusive household as well. Mm-hmm. And it was an escape. Hip hop didn't match what I was going through at that time compared to like hip hop now, where I can relate to some of the stuff, especially artists like NF or whatever. That being said, it was an escape, and I get that. And I don't know, empowered me. For me, like when I started listening to punk rock music, it was like the first time I was really like becoming a man. Yeah. I don't know. It was just, it was very unique. And so I can definitely relate to that.
Yeah. And it just helps you solidify the strength in your individuality.
Yes.
You know, and you don't have to be a specific way. You don't have to, like, you can have a mohawk and at the same time wear Jordans.
Yep.
That's what punk is.
100%,
you know what I mean?
Bro. 100%.
Like that's that, and it's like, oh, you can do what the fuck, you can do whatever.
Yep.
You know, and I, you know, growing up, I was pretty much the odd man out. You know, I was a black kid, you know, listening to punk, wearing Black Flag t-shirts, wearing Korn t-shirts, and you know, tight Dickies, you know, tight high water Dickies with fucking Americas.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like, you know, like people just, I was an easy target. But I was like, man, but I love this stuff so much.
Yeah.
You know, I love this more than anything else. So like, does it really matter? You know, because, you know, I guess, like I was like, oh, well, my acceptance is over. I feel accepted over here. So I was just like, I don't need any of these people.
Of course.
I'll just be over here, you know. But, you know, back to the abuse of childhood. Yeah, it you know, not everyone finds that thing, you know, and obviously you walk around with so many fucking questions on a daily basis to where eventually you just get a fucking headache every day trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, you know, but yeah, not everybody gets that fucking light. So I do like, you know, me as well as others in my same situation, you know, and have found that thing are a rarity. You know, like I don't want to fucking lash out at anybody. Like I don't have the urge to. I mean, I used to. Yeah. It took 3 anger management teachers for that. But yeah, I don't have the urge to go to someone's page and be like, yo, you fucking suck.
Yes, yeah. It's like,
you know, I don't have the urge for that because I'm not upset.
It's so funny. That
even going through the craziest shit, you know. So whenever people do that, I am understanding of them. It's like, oh, I would have done some shit like that if I was still in the same mindset that I was in, you know, before I discovered, you know, this other perspective.
Yeah. You found a community though too. Sounds like. Did you find
I still feel like an individual.
Wait, what?
What do you mean?
Wait. You said. So I guess my question is like you found a community in Arizona, or were you the only one
of punk?
Yeah.
Oh no, there was a community of it. Yeah, but I didn't really even then I didn't really. I just like going to the shows.
Okay.
And that was enough for me. Like I didn't kick it with like a lot of people like in a specific group. I pretty much hung out with anybody. If there were some punks that wanted to hang out, I'd hang out with them.
Yeah.
There were some cheerleaders that wanted to hang out, I'd hang out with them. You know, it was like I didn't really like. I don't think I've ever put myself in a pocket.
Yeah, for sure, and I think that's good. I think being able to what is that called? Being open-minded, right?
Yeah,
being able to blend with all of so many different types of people, and especially at a young age, being able to connect with the cheerleaders, the punk rockers, the skaters, right? People that do this, that, and the other. It's really important to the person's growth, especially if they're going through a whole bunch of shit in their own life, because then you don't get this like one-sided perspective.
Yeah,
where it's like
you get more perspectives when you look at every single situation, or not even look at it, or just like be curious of it. It's not an accepting thing. It's just just curious to know, or just whatever. This is what you do? That's cool.
Where do you get that from? I mean, especially, growing up in a household like you did.
Man, I think it all really came to play, like, when I joined cheerleading. I think it was, and then I was like, oh, there's more to life, and then when I started traveling, I think traveling was traveling was the biggest thing, because you see so many different things. You kind of report back, and it's like, a lot of people are a lot more the same than we actually think.
100%.
And if you don't travel, you'll never fucking know that.
Nope.
Nope. If I just stayed in Mesa, Arizona, I would just know Mesa, Arizona.
Yeah.
But I know Mesa. I know Louisville, Kentucky. I know Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas. I know fucking, Illinois. I know you go, the list goes on.
Yeah.
But there's something to be learned. And I think music is another big thing of that too, because it's like, I'll take it back. Skateboarding, I knew there was more out there. And I think that's why I stayed curious and wanted to discover it. Because skateboarding, I watched skate videos. They were always at these like different spots.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, oh, skating in, Carlsbad.
Yeah, Carlsbad
like,
Gap.
Yeah, and I'm like, Carlsbad, where's that at?
Yeah.
And I'm curious of it because it's like, this is like, I see it in so many skate videos, So that made me realize, I was like, oh, there's more out there.
Yeah.
And then with like music, oh, this band's from Minor Threats from DC.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
H2O from the East Coast.
Yep.
MDC from Texas. Like you start to learn these. Slipknot, Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I've never really known about Iowa or anything up, but like Slipknot made me curious about Iowa because that's where Slipknot comes from.
Yes.
I love that like discovery of like really wanting to find out. Like I can't sit there and say anything about, something of Iowa if I don't know anything about it. But this band that I like happens to bring me,
a piece of Iowa.
Wanting to understand Des Moines, Iowa.
Absolutely.
I think that's what, just those beautiful discoveries has made me like want to know so much more. And I think also a lot of it that I get it from is Henry Rollins.
Yeah.
A big Rollins kid.
Yes. Yeah. So talented. Talented musician, actor, poet, just all the above.
And just what I love about him, he never walks around as if he knows.
Yes.
He speaks as if he's still learning. Which those are the people I'm interested in.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to someone that just no, that's not what it is. This is what it is because I know what it is.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
You
can't really have a conversation. There's really no fucking dialogue.
No.
It's like, what am I going to talk to you about?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm just trying to pry out things. It's like, well,
it's a one-sided perspective.
It's so one-sided. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you're going to die on that hill?
Oh, fuck that, man. So many people out there. Let me back up home. One thing that you said that really stuck out to me was that us not being so divided, and you learning that from traveling.
Yeah.
Right. In today's standards, right, the media and social media paints us as so divided. And I talk about this all the time on the podcast.
Yeah.
But one thing I've learned is from, before the pandemic, right, I was traveling, I was on an airplane 60 to 100 times a year, traveling all across the nation, constantly traveling. And for me, I traveling is an essential. It's something that I've always had to do, always wanted to do, and I've always done, right? Mm-hmm. And it's given me a perspective on how it doesn't matter if you're from California, Los Angeles, California, Biloxi, Mississippi, Des Moines, Iowa, Seattle, Washington. A lot of us are a lot more alike than we like to believe, or the media likes to believe and paints it, right? Because, all the shit you hear on social media and all the shit you hear on the fucking news, CNN to Fox, MSNBC, whatever, right? It's like everyone's screaming. The political, everyone's screaming. But when you sit down and have a heart-to-heart conversation with a human being, that could be from a totally different, different part of life, different aspect of life, different human being, you're going to find you have a lot more in common than all these people like to say or believe. And it's really something that I've learned from my travels, and then also doing the podcast by having so many different unique individuals on. Yeah. It's like, no, we're a lot more like, of course, there's a lot of those assholes out there for sure, right? But when you get down to it, there's a lot more in common, and I wish we focused on that.
Well, and being a stand-up comedian and touring around, every night when I go out there and I hit the stage, and I realize, these people showed up to see me. It's obviously they're a fan, but obviously there's a connection.
Of course,
you show up because there's a connection. The band I've seen the most is GBH.
Right.
And I go see GBH because there's a connection.
Yeah.
I go see these things that I like because there's not only am I'm a fan because I feel connected, and not everyone's going to feel connected.
No.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is fucking perfectly fine. But, that's where you realize there's this connection that's, even when people come up and talk to me after a show and the things that they say, it's like, oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you fucking, especially when they, name specifics.
Yeah.
One of the wildest things happened to me, when I was in Miami recently. I'm sitting, the show's over, and I'm standing there, and this girl and her boyfriend come up, and he's just crying. And I'm like, oh shit, what happened? And she was like, okay, he's a really big fan.
Shit.
He's a really big fan of you. And she was like, as soon as you walked out on stage, he was just emotional. He couldn't believe it, And it's wild because, I don't know how to take that, because I don't necessarily, I just do. Sometimes when you are, and can I call myself an artist? I guess.
Of course you are. Of course you are. Shut up.
I know.
I know. I know.
When you kind of just create because it's fun to you. It's fun to you and you really love it, you know. And if people show up, fucking great.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't have an expectation other than them. Like, even if they show up like that, I'm happy with that.
Of course.
You know, even if it's like 30 motherfuckers that just show up, I'm happy with that. Cause it's like, yeah, that's dope. I'm you know, beautiful. Very, very, very simple for me.
Yeah.
You know, so when things like that happen to where, you know, someone's like literally, like, I mean, it was tough for the gentleman to even take the picture because he was, you know, just had tears coming down. He was in the whoo, you know, like, and you know, I was like, hey man, it's okay, you know, you're all good.
What does that feel like though? Yeah,
I don't know. Even when it happened, I still couldn't explain that feeling.
It's like
I don't. It's tough.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like fuck. Like, cause I don't think of myself as this fucking. Yeah. You know, I just think of, I'm Shapel Lacey from Mesa, Arizona.
Shapel Lacey from Mesa, Arizona. I said that wrong.
No, you're good. You know, I just have fun. I just love what I do, you know, and if people fuck with it, they fuck with it. Yeah. But if not, you know, like, I'm not going to be sad.
No.
If you don't fuck, it's like, oh, you didn't fuck with that.
Just start crying.
Yeah, just start crying.
No, it's kind of funny.
But that's the thing. Like, but what I did was I learned something. I learned that, you know, I mean, he was the only person that came up and cried. You know, it's not like Michael Jackson and where everybody's passing out crying when they see him. You know, but I mean, for that simple moment, you know, of that one person, it's like it made me realize, like, oh shit, you know. People can fuck with what you do, and you may hit people in ways that you may not never know.
Yeah.
But I don't want to sit there and just think about that.
Yeah.
If it happens, it happens. That's not the moment I'm looking for. Just you showing up is fine.
I think that any artist, musician, comedian, especially like musician and comedians, the ones that do it for you know, that, to get the people crying, to get the people going screaming. It's like, it's not real and it's not authentic. Yeah. I feel like the ones that are true, real, authentic human beings are the ones that are gonna propel a lot farther. Yeah. Right. But you know, it has to be. It's weird, right? Mm-hmm. It's awkward. I mean, but it's still beautiful.
You know what? I remember the first time I saw Rollins speak. I remember. After the show, they're like, if you want to meet him, you know, just go to the back door or whatever. He'll come out and meet you. I remember they had barricades, like those, you know, the smaller barricades, up like around, like surrounding the door he was coming out of. And one of the coolest things that I saw was, you know, when he walked out, he pushed those barricades out of the way, and it was just like, whatever you want. You want me to sign this? Cool. Even the whole, like, I don't know if you've seen the Rollins Danzig comic book or whatever.
No,
there's
I don't.
There's a Rollins Danzig comic book where they just make fun of Rollins.
I love that.
And he signed it. He's like, give a fuck, yeah. You know, like,
that's fucking awesome.
But you know, just him moving the barricades.
It's everything.
It's everything.
It is.
You know,
it is,
and it was authentic. It was just like
humanizes the person.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because we are fucking human. You know,
of course.
Like. I didn't realize how much I connected with an artist like Jonathan Davis from Korn.
Yeah.
You know, with just hearing his story and him, you know, being so open through the music to be able to tell his story, you know, pretty fucking dope. It's like, oh shit. It's like, yeah, you know, a human.
It's so weird because we look at, you know, musicians, comedians, you know, actors, and they get put on this pedestal where it's like you sometimes forget that they are human beings.
Yeah.
Right. And so then when they do the simplest little thing of pushing a barricade out of the way, it's like, wait a minute, this is a real fucker. This is a real person.
Yeah.
And then it makes you connect with that person even more. Mm-hmm. Right. Which is awesome. I want to take it back to your story, right? Because when you were younger, right, before you got into cheerleading, right, the things that were going on in your household, was it all directed towards you? Was it all throughout the house?
It was all throughout the house, but I got it tougher.
Was it because was it alcohol? Was it hate? What was it that sparked all of this? If you don't
From
mind asking.
my stepfather?
Yeah.
Shit, nah, that motherfucker couldn't finish a beer if he wanted to.
Seriously?
Yeah, no.
So it was him just being straight sober.
Yeah, you know what? Like, he was just he was doing what he knew.
Yeah.
He came from a similar environment. Well, not similar, the same.
Yeah.
So he's just doing what he knew.
Yeah.
So I don't even take it personal.
I love that.
Because it's like, it's kind of, I don't know. It's like a weird, like at first I did, and then I realized how much sense it didn't make.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you can't go nowhere if you just take this kind of shit personal.
Absolutely.
That's why I said I don't talk about my shit in a sad situation because of the things that I found.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I was sad about it, I'd be talking about it differently.
No, dude, I totally get that. And it's just because I went through, my pops was an alcoholic, and when he passed away at 17, when I was 17, before that, I'd get my ass kicked all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Like all the time, right? But as I got older, I realized that my dad was a baby. My dad was a child at one time. But he was a child that did 2 tours in Vietnam, and his mom beat the shit out of him with the cat o' nine tails, and fucking did all this crazy fucked up shit to him, and then fucking PTSD, and then just this, that, and the other, and then you realize that, well, when he was 33, 34, when he had me, and then when I was 15, 16 years old, so I'm thinking like, okay, when he's like 50 years old, like, well, what did he go through? What did he grow up? What was his experience, right? And so it's like, well, I don't know. I just started to look at things from a different perspective and see, all right, we're all human beings. We're all flawed. Yeah. Did the negativity outweigh the positivity, right? Or for other people's situation, because with my own situation, the positivity outweighed the negativity, even though the negativity was really bad. Mm-hmm. But then other people, even if the negativity outweighs the positive moments, right? If you can take from that and not say, well, he did this and he did that, and like everything bad in your life is because of that, right? And you take no responsibility and accountability for yourself, well, then you're never going to go anywhere. You have to learn to fucking turn the page, move on, and get through with it.
Yeah, because it's not your life.
No, it's not.
It's not your life. It's a moment in time.
Yeah.
That's how I think about it. It's just a moment in fucking time.
Yeah.
And if you can't understand that, then it's going to be a fucking struggle.
Yeah.
It'll be a big fucking struggle. If you can't just understand, like, oh, that was that shit right then and there.
Do you know, by you being so open and talking about it, right?
Yeah.
How much I'm sure that has helped you out along the way?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, if I was quiet about it, I'd probably be in the same fucking boat.
Exactly. And so it's like, to anyone going through hard shit, you have to talk about it. Get it off your fucking chest.
Get it off your fucking chest.
Get it off. The more you talk about it, too, hopefully the more you talk about it, the less it becomes.
Yeah, the best way to do it, to handle it, is to talk about it. Mm-hmm. It's going to be the most uncomfortable thing a person has to do, but once you get through that discomfort, you get comfortable.
100%.
You know what I mean? You almost become immune to it. Like that's what I said, like I said, man. If I didn't have, the punk rock, the skateboarding, and a guitar, yeah, I probably would have been one of those kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Were you, so to take it back to even a little bit more, you talk about skateboard, you talk about punk rock, right? Were you in bands?
Yeah, I mean, slightly. Not enough to even play a fucking show. I always say slightly.
And what about skateboarding? Because I've seen you on a skateboard.
Yeah, skateboarding was massive because it was like, it was the thing. I liked it because it was, no one else was doing it. Not even the fact that no one else was doing it, but it's just like everybody was over here in this area of like, the traditional sports, but I was like, yo, this is cool as fuck too. You know, it was just like the like how extreme it is was just like I was like, oh, it's big and it's you're by yourself. It's like an individual thing.
It is.
Like it's all on you.
Yeah.
And I love that. It's like I don't have a coach.
Yeah.
I have a team that I have to fucking worry about. You know, you just fucking hop on the board, and it's one of those things that what you put into it is what you get out of it.
Absolutely.
You know, but it's everything is 100% on you.
Yeah.
Like I can't rely on this person and like, hey, I'm gonna flip the board and you land on it. It doesn't work like that.
I'm gonna kick the board. You're gonna land on it.
Yeah.
No, that definitely doesn't happen.
So it's like it's all on you.
Yeah. Did you have a little posse of homies that you'd skate with?
Yeah. I kind of just fucking skated with everybody. I didn't really care. It's like, oh, if you skate, I was just like with it. Even if I was better than them, it's like, fuck it, let's fucking skate. This is what we do. You know.
For you, when you got into cheerleading, right? Because for there's like this stigma, right? For guys getting cheerleading, like they can only be gay, right? And it's something, especially now, is definitely different, right? And I believe that like dancing in general is getting its time, right, in this limelight, especially with like TikTok. Oh my fucking god, right? I was even having this conversation the other day where it's like, you know, you've had like extreme sports get their limelight, music obviously get their limelight, like all of these things getting their chance, and now dancing finally like is getting. And even though it's like silly TikTok dancers, whatever, it's people are definitely making money off of it. I mean, even like I remember back in the day, parents say you can't fucking make any money off of video games, so throw that shit away, right?
And meanwhile,
and it's like kids are making millions of fucking dollars, right?
It'll find its way.
So it always does. But
there's longevity in video games.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's like, oh yeah, you can find a way to put it
makes more money than fucking everything. But for you though, deciding to get into cheerleading, did you get any backlash from people? Did people talk shit?
You know, no one really did. You know, I mean, I think one, just because I was, you know, bigger than most people.
Yes.
And probably the more, like I go the extra mile to fuck someone up. But I think it's just because I was really fucking good at it.
Yeah.
And I think, like, if I sucked at it, it'd probably be a different story.
Yeah.
Like I'd be able to tell you, but like, you know, when people ask me about cheerleading, like, did I have any struggle with it? I go, no.
Damn, really, dude?
No one made fun of me because, you know, I mean, maybe early on, like I had a couple friends that, you know, like, you know, you'd be gay if you do that.
Yeah.
It's like,
and no.
Yeah. I was like, okay. No. Yeah. I was like, I think I would have already done it.
Yeah.
You know what
cheerleading
I mean?
Makes me gay.
Yeah.
Right?
I was like, I literally do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
If I was gay, I'd just fucking be like, yeah, that's what it is.
Exactly.
You know?
I love that.
But, you know, it just, people just were more amazed at me doing it than fucking making fun of it. People just thought it was really dope. And if it wasn't for me being really fucking good at it, it'd probably be a different fucking story.
You just get into it and you just
like
suck
imagine
at
if
it.
I just sucked.
Yeah.
And I did it for 12, because I did it for 12 years. Imagine if I just sucked for 12 years.
Dude, what did you think you were gonna like? There's professional cheerleaders. No, yes, I don't even fucking know.
You can't get paid for cheerleading.
Oh,
no,
not even like the girls that do like cheerleading for like sports teams.
That's different than what I did.
Yeah, well, that's more.
That's more like, I mean, they get paid like, I think $100 a game, maybe $50 a game for that type of, like, you know, the sports teams and shit. Yeah, they don't get paid.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they don't get fucking, really not needed.
Holy shit, my God. I would have thought that they made a little bit more money, especially like a Dallas Cowboys.
You don't make any fucking money in cheerleading. The only way you make money in cheerleading is if, like, you own your own cheerleading gym.
Yeah, I feel
that's the only way you're going to make money.
Okay.
And otherwise, you just...
So what did you think was going to happen?
I didn't know. I just like cheerleading.
Because you said 15 when you started, 27 when you stopped.
Yep.
That wasn't that long ago.
No, it wasn't.
Do you still fuck around? Like, can you like do flips and shit?
Yeah, I'll do like the basic fucking standing tuck. Just backflip, no hands. You know.
Wait a minute, say that again?
The standing tuck. Oh,
so yeah, you just kind of cut out. Wait, you said still you can do a standing tuck, backflip, no hands? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. It's like,
dude, you're a big fucking dude.
Yeah.
See him do a backflip?
That was the thing about me, and that's why people thought it was so dope, because like a dude my size, you know, like for me being my size, I'm not supposed to be able to
it's an
be
anomaly.
that good and be that kind of like flawless at it.
It's like agile, man.
Yeah, it was very light on my feet. I didn't land heavy.
Holy shit.
Like it was just, I'm just not like, and so that's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't fucking.
No, it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't
you're a big
make
fucking
any
dude.
sense.
Damn.
It's kind of funny to me. Like it's just so fucking dumb. I'm like,
well, even when I saw you on the skateboard, I think you're at the barracks, or I don't even remember the hell you. Yeah, you were just there, right? And I was like, dude, it's just an anomaly, right? To see you fucking, I mean, like dropped in or whatever is like, it's just, it's crazy, right? But and were you this big back then?
I wasn't this big, but like, you know, I was a good size. I mean, probably, you know, like 220, 230 is what I was. 220, yeah, 220.
And you were doing flips.
Yeah.
That's fucking gnarly, man.
And like some of like really, really good flips. It's hard to explain to people. I just have to show people videos because that's the only way it'll make sense.
Where's your videos?
Let's go to YouTube.
Yep, pull it up. Hey, there you go. Are you cold?
Oh, no.
Are you cold?
No.
All right, perfect.
It's fine.
I was getting in my head. I'm like, this guy's getting cold. All right,
just type in Shapel Lacey skills video. That was me. That was me in college.
Saw you wink.
I think it was like 22.
Holy shut the fuck.
And even then, like right there, like I'm still bigger than like
yeah, dude.
most guys weren't my size doing that.
What the fuck?
Yeah. No one was really my size doing that kind of like, you know.
How tall are you?
5'11".
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I thought you were like 6'4".
Nope. Fucking wish.
What?
Every time I go to the doctor and they do my height, I'm always sticking my neck up for that 6. Yeah. They're always like, "Can you relax your neck, sir?" I'm like, "All right, fuck it." Yeah. That was me.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. As I'm saying, yeah, and most dudes to be able to do all that stuff they're a lot smaller.
Yeah, dude, you're like a fucking like a running. I don't know football well, so
people
receiver,
like
a receiver,
running.
Right?
I don't know,
running back or receiver.
Yeah,
dude, this is impressive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's hard to fucking
Also, you're in like
really
great fucking shape.
Yeah, it was. It's like hard to explain to like people because, they're like, "Well, what did you do?" And I go, "I can't really explain it unless you know the world of cheerleading pretty good." So I have to just like show it.
Dude, you're holding that chick with one arm, like fucking flawless.
Yeah. Once upon a time.
Does it feel like a long time ago?
I was 22 there. I'm 34 now.
Yeah, that does feel like it's like quick but long.
Yeah. Was that 12 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Damn, that's impressive, bro.
Yeah.
It's like when people say that they do something and then, everyone says that they're good at shit. Mm-hmm. But then I see a dude fucking saying that he did cheerleading and still not that long ago.
That's what I'm saying. So when people would see that, they'd be like, "What the fuck?" They were a lot more impressed with me because of my size.
Yes.
Like even though I'm in there I was a lot smaller.
Yeah.
But like I was like two something.
Yeah.
Right, like 200 or 210.
Yeah.
Right.
And what do you like,
right
20, 30 more pounds than that? 30 more pounds?
I'm like 260 or something like that.
Yeah, so you could lose it quick.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so, most dudes that like, if you were a tumbler, which is what all that shit I was doing, you were like fucking 150, like,
small.
Like some of the fighters in like UFC, like the smaller, featherweights or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know the fucking terms, but like, yeah, those, because it's easier. You don't have a lot of weight to flip, so it's a lot easier for you. But I was just powerful. And so that's what helped me out.
You just came out of the box doing it. Like you were just like.
And I think the fact that I just been doing it since I was like 5 is what really helped as well. So it didn't matter what size because I already knew You know,
were you already doing flips? Like, I mean, I know you said you like taught yourself how to do flips.
Not to that extent yet. I learned that all the spinning and like all that shit I learned when I was in cheerleading.
Did you?
But otherwise, it was just like straight backflips when I was younger.
Did you ever hurt yourself really bad?
I mean, sprained ankles, jammed fingers.
Okay, but not like that. Fucking broken nose.
No, because I was just so fucking. I get so high, you know. It just.
Can you dunk?
No.
What, seriously?
Fuck no. Once upon a time.
I was like, dude, I saw you. I swear, it seemed like you sprung like 10 feet in the fucking air when you. I would
have to do that to make the dunk happen.
You're like the fucking halftime mascot, just like.
Yeah. Like I would need that extra lift. Otherwise, because dunking's pretty fucking hard. It's like a different type of skill, and the way you have to.
Can you look that up? How high the rim is? Because I want to see that.
It's 10 feet.
Oh,
10 feet.
Wait, you guys already. All right.
Because to dunk, like the way you jump for a dunk is completely different than the way you have to jump for like a backflip.
Okay, so what do you do?
For a dunk, I don't know, but for a backflip, it's just it's an explosive like jump, but like pulling your feet up and like all this other shit.
Is it 1 foot?
No, you're on 2 feet.
So it's
whereas like dunk is like
1 foot, right?
Yeah, I don't know how to jump off 1 foot for some shit.
Yeah. So would you do like a little jump and then a big jump? Like
no.
So it's running.
It's kind of just like a fucking. Trying to think if I.
But it's like I'm thinking like foot because like with dunking is like 1 foot, then explode. You're like 1 foot.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like just a straight back flip. Go back to YouTube.
All right, let's see this.
Hold on, wait. Go to the right where those. Yeah, go to that video.
All right, let's see one. Yeah.
Yeah. So watch the way I have to kind of like.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dude.
Which is also.
Dude, you just did it. Do that again. Show that one more time.
Which is also like a dude my size shouldn't be able to do that either.
How did you even do that? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You're so.
But in order for me to do that, I have to jump. I have to like.
It's 2 feet.
It's like but like for dunking, it's like a straight jump.
Yeah.
You know, but like for like that stuff, I had to like kind of lean forward and like get my momentum from there through the explosion of the jump. Whereas like dunking, it's kind of just like boom. You know what I mean? Which is completely different.
You must have been good at skateboarding.
Yeah, I was.
To be able to do shit like that, like you're good on your feet.
Yeah.
That's exactly what skateboarding's about. Jesus Christ, man, that's fucking crazy. All right.
I'm not as ballsy anymore, though.
Yeah, well, that's just when you get older, my friend. That's exactly what happens. We're like, yeah. I mean, when you fall, it hurts a little bit more now.
When I go skating, I stay in my fucking lane.
Yes.
I got these 50-50s. I'll probably do about 40 times. Couple kick flips.
It's like good.
And then I can peace out.
It's like, I don't even understand. Like, you see people like even like Shaun White just fucking Tony Hawk in his 50s just still Rick Thorne on a bicycle just flying in the air. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, even like Colin Scummy Morrison was on, and he just even on a dirt bike still jumping 200 feet. Like he's 36 years old, 37 years old.
I think if I would have kept doing it consistently, then I'd be able
then it makes sense.
Then
right?
I'd still have all that shit because I got friends that are, my same age that I grew up doing it with that could still fucking do that stuff. So it's like if I would have stayed with it consistently, then it'd be. It's
a different story. It's crazy that you say that because I think of my buddy Ron, who's he's 50 years old, right? And he was one of those kids who. It was in a breakdancing crew, right? But he was like the kid that was the best, right? Mm-hmm. He was the kid at every single school dance back in the day. It was just like everyone like crowd around him, just nuts. And he stopped for he did it for however long he did, and then he stopped. And so I remember like a year and a half ago, we were talking about it, and I was just kind of like egging him on to like do some shit. And so he does it, man. Like he hadn't done it in like 15, 20 years. He did like Ron, right? He did a fucking windmill, spun on his head. Like I was blown away. His hip killed him for like 8 months.
Oh shit.
Because of that one time. Because of that one fucking time.
That's why like the straight backflip is like all at most like is what I'll do. I don't do any of the twisting shit anymore because that takes a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and I just don't do it ever. But the straight backflip, because it's like, well, I know I've been doing that the longest.
Yes. Yeah.
So that I feel like I'll just always have, because it's the only way I can explain it is like, yeah, it's literally like riding a bike.
Yeah. Some of those things
You
are
can
like
pedal.
that. Then you can do it, right?
You can do it.
Okay, so I want to bring it back again to your story, right? So it's like you do all this, you get into cheerleading. When you're in cheerleading, does that take you to college? What does that route look like for you?
Yeah, I got a full ride scholarship.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Seeing what you can do makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I got a full ride scholarship, but I didn't go to college because of school. I went because of cheerleading.
Yes.
Like I was just trying to be a cheerleader.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck about class. Fuck that. I ain't gonna fuck.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to where I made that video was at a junior college in Texas.
Okay.
Called Trinity Valley Community College, and then University of Louisville in Kentucky.
Nice.
But like when I was at Louisville, like I didn't even do a full year because I started doing stand up, and then I was just like, I knew I was going to drop out.
Yeah.
But gave me that little push.
Of course.
Now I was in here like, I'll do stand up now, man. Fuck school. I was going to say fuck school regardless. It just stand up was the easier way to explain it to people.
When did stand-up come into all of this? Like, because you said you were thinking about it when you were younger.
Someone just dared me.
Were you the funny kid when you were younger? Like,
no, I was a kid. I mean, you know what? Oddly enough, I was voted class comedian in junior high. Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't even know, like, I guess people just thought it was funny just the way I acted. Yeah. But I wasn't even trying to be funny.
Well, that's authentic, bro.
I just
makes sense.
This is what I felt.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of it, like, people would laugh at, like, my angry moments. Because they're like, damn, Chappelle's so fucking crazy, so funny. And then, they would hear the way I would talk to a teacher,
Yeah.
And they would just laugh. I remember one time this teacher was like, she goes, all right, it was an English teacher. She goes, I want everyone to bring something in, bring a song in that helps you, that makes you feel good about you, that helps you, whatever. Like I want to know you through a song.
Oh, shit.
And she said, but it can't be rap.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And I remember looking around, and I wasn't really heavy into rap, but I fucked with it.
Yeah.
I mean, Outkast was like probably like the biggest, like if I could think about, during that period of time when she said this shit.
The fuck?
And I was like, I said, yo, that's whack. I was like, why would you ask? I was like, why would you fucking, and this is, the punk helps you fucking think when something's wrong. It's like, that's bogus, right? I was just like, that's fucking, I was like, that makes no fucking sense. Why would you ask someone to express, bring in a song that makes them feel good about them and helps them express themselves, and you say no rap? I was like, then you don't fucking care about anyone in this class. Yeah. I mean, it's not even like a care about, so you don't care about the class, this is. Or
you care about a certain part of the class.
And she was a Beatles fan, because she had the posters everywhere.
It's so weird.
And I said, what if, someone came in and, said the same shit for you,
this is the
but they were
60s.
Like, you can't have the fucking Beatles. She was like, it's not up for discussion. I was like, that's your best answer. It's your best fucking, this is me fucking.
You just call it out.
I was like, oh, that's your best answer.
I love that though.
Eventually she kicked me out of class and I had to go to like the principal's office and shit. But still, like,
rightfully so.
Not it's like you don't care. Yeah, you don't care about the kids in this class.
No,
there's no way to say that.
Yeah,
let them fucking express themselves through the song.
Yeah,
if it's a fucking rap song, then let them fucking do it. Just because you don't like fucking rap, then you don't like the people in this fucking class.
It's so weird. And how old were you?
When that happened, that was 7th grade.
Oh shit, dude! Rap was fucking huge. The fuck?
So it was just dumb. I thought it was the dumbest thing ever. And me being such a music nerd, I was like, this, I was like, this is fucking bogus.
Dude, the Beatles at one time were fucking like, the parents hated it, right?
And granted, I was not going to bring in a fucking song because I was like, I don't give a fuck about school.
No, but it was the point.
So I didn't fucking, but my point was because I looked around at like, I was like, no one's going to say anything about this? No one's going to say, what? I was like, I got this. And I was just like, yo, that's fucking whack.
Yeah.
Did
everyone laugh?
Oh, yeah. But like shit like that is, I think is why, people would laugh at the things that I did. But people would laugh because it's just like, no one would talk to a teacher like that. No. But I didn't fucking care. And
I like that, though. I mean, it's a testament to your character and who you are.
I didn't care. I remember fucking one teacher, she was a substitute, and, she tried to write my name on the board she was like, these are, if I write your name on the board in this section, that means I'm reporting you back to your teacher when she gets back to class because you were misbehaving. And I don't remember what happened, but she tried to say I was talking too much, and I fucking went up and she wrote my name on the board. And I went up there and I fucking erased that shit. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, I'm not doing anything. And then, it was funny. What's funny about this class that I was in, I graduated late. So I was 18 years old. I was supposed to be out of high school, but I was in high school, and I was in a freshman math class. So it was all these fucking freshmen kids, and me.
Sounds about me.
Yeah.
Like my story.
And she was like, and then she came over, said something. She was, I asked for help with something, and then, with math, because it was math class, and I asked for help. And she's sitting here like trying to berate me or whatever, just like make it seem like I'm being this bad kid. And I said, you're more worried about figuring out something and trying to paint me in this picture than worrying about if I get this fucking math problem right.
Yeah.
I was like, do you see the problem with that? I straight up said that shit. But this is how I fucking
I love that.
Thought.
I love that.
You know what I mean? Like, granted, I was I was aggressive about
for
this
sure.
shit. And I've calmed down a lot more when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, I was just like, you're more worried about this shit over here than whether if I succeed, which I asked you a question. I raised my hand. I said, I need help with this. I want to understand this. But you're trying to go, you're misbehaving. You're doing this. You're doing that. It's like, listen, I was like, I'm 18 years old in a fucking freshman math class. Let me fucking learn.
I know.
Let me just fucking get out of here,
dude. That is.
But that's like, and it's not even like, and I don't want, me to sound arrogant. Like, I probably should have handled it a lot different. But yeah, that's just what.
Dude, you're a kid.
Yeah, I was a kid.
You're a fucking kid. It's so weird.
But like that. But that's just punk rock shit. It teaches you to stand up for yourselves in ways where when you know that you're doing what you can, and someone misunderstands that and they try to paint it another way, and when you she couldn't say anything after that because she knew he's got a fucking point.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Why do you think the teacher sent me to the principal's office and painted me as like a bad student for questioning her whack ass assignment?
Yeah. Because you're right.
Yeah. Otherwise you would have fucking you wanted to die on the hill that I don't like rap.
Yeah. It's not about you.
You want to die on the hill of you're a bad fucking 18-year-old.
It's like stupid. It's so dumb.
Yeah. So it's like, what are we really doing?
Yeah. But and that's kind of one of the big issues too. I mean, there's many issues, but with the education system in America, man, is
Arizona's ain't great. Google where Arizona is on the fucking map actually for education.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty fucking low.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Not on the map, but like.
I love you, Tyler.
It was great. I know. I appreciate that first search.
Oh man, where does Arizona rank?
Yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't have dropped my fucking elderly lingo.
Yeah, and education. There we go.
On you.
You old fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Did it say 49?
So you see why I'm calling out teachers. You fucking get it. You know.
Oh, shit, son. How's there 50? What? Wait, what? Am I tripping? Oh, yeah. Okay. That would make sense.
Damn.
Yeah. Damn, bro.
So.
Okay. 49. So 50. Wait, is there? Oh, District of Columbia.
District of Columbia.
Okay. So, damn. What's number one? Massachusetts. Shit. Where's California?
California.
Jeez, that's not.
And these are the public schools.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're counting private.
No.
These are public.
Arizona 49.
Represent.
Wow. What is that far right column where like scroll all the way up? Safety, right? At least it's safe. Massachusetts. Damn, dude. Massachusetts is number one for education and number one for safety. Wow.
What's Arizona?
37.
Really?
31. Sorry.
I mean, I felt pretty safe at my public schools.
Yeah. Damn. Where's California, real quick?
Huh.
So weird. District of Columbia. That's like Washington, D.C. You expect it to be better.
Yeah.
Great.
That's kind of weird.
That's very, very strange. Wow. Okay.
But yeah, obviously, based off my stories, there is a problem with the educational.
Dude, the education system is fucking terrible.
Terrible. And meanwhile, we have the ability to fucking just make it great.
We do. I mean, we
have the ability to fucking, we have the fucking, in the snap of a finger, make it the fucking best.
Yeah. But we choose not to. We saw with the pandemic and all the trillions of dollars in relief, right, that they just pulled, right? They printed, made, whatever the fuck you want to say, right? How come we didn't do stuff like that before?
Yeah. And even if, you know,
and not even at that amount of money, but you could have taken $1 trillion and fixed up a lot of these
don't even like it's weird that people would argue school though. Like it's like, hey, we can make schools so fucking great, but you know, there's certain people out there that would try to argue that, and it's like,
it's the stupidest thing because
like what I'm like that should be the important. I think of it like this, you know, when it comes to, you know, the division in the country or anything like that, I think there's the biggest thing, there's a lack of education across the board.
Yeah. That,
you know, because when people are arguing about or fighting for certain things or whatever it may be, you know, there's just a lack of education. Yeah. That's, you know, when people try to argue against that, it's like, why you want to stand up for there's a lack of it's just, that's all it is.
Yep.
I mean, I don't get upset because I know one of the biggest things is most people just don't know. Yeah. So they're speaking what they know and they think that that's right. But a lot of times, you know, it's just like, hey, don't even speak about it and have an opinion on it. Just go learn about it. Like, okay, why is it like that? Why is this, you know, that's if people took the time to do that instead of being like, well, these fucking people are like this. You know what I mean? It's like, well,
it doesn't make sense. And it's so crazy because we live in a day and age where we have the ability to look up at anything at our fingertips, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like anything you want to know, any thought, idea, anything, just fucking Google it. Yeah. Right. And you have the ability to get so much information. Right. But people still choose not to. And that is, I mean, that is why you have things like a QAnon, you know, like really blowing up because the lack of education where they just, whatever they see, they take, and that's it. Right. Instead of taking the time to look at things from a different perspective, not always taking everything at face value, taking the time to research.
That just roots back to everything I said. You know, like being like even take, you know, gays, for example, being a cheerleader, like there's one point in time where majority of my friends were gays and girls.
Yeah, sure.
You know.
Yeah.
But like I don't, you know, and it's not even like, you know, people would like my best friend, my fucking ride or die, right hand. We've been friends, you know, for years. Is a gay gentleman.
Yeah.
You know, and like I wrote a joke about it, like how but like I'm not gonna do the fucking joke. But like one of the parts of the joke is like, you know, what I've noticed across the board, you know, it's like there's a lot of straight males out there that think it's weird. Like it's like I like gay people, but to be like fucking tight with one,
yeah,
they just don't feel like there would be a connection ever. But meanwhile, you know, my best friend and I, you know, have so much in common and have like the greatest fucking conversations and just have had each other's back through it all. You know, I lived with him and his husband for fucking, you know, like four years or something like that.
I love that.
You know,
yeah,
and like this, the fucking homie.
Yeah,
you know, it's not the fucking sexual whatever. I don't know what the fuck you call that shit.
Sexual orientation.
Yeah. That's not the intriguing part to me.
Yeah.
The intriguing part is like who you are.
Yes.
You know, which I think is like important. Like it's like I don't want to paint someone as like this is just how that person is. It's like I want to get to know.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's like I'd rather have a conversation.
That's all that matters. You know? That's all that matters. Two of my best friends are gay. My cousin Zach and my brother Cantrell. He's one of my groomsmen in my wedding.
Okay.
And I'm in the hair industry, right? This is like, you know, the podcast and all that shit aside, I'm in the hair industry.
Yeah.
And although, you know, straight males have definitely grown in numbers in the past, let's say 5 to 10 years, right? It was primarily and still dominantly run by women. And then it was, you know, a lot of gay men.
Yeah.
And that's what people would think. And now there's like this straight male, like dominant force, definitely getting more and more into the industry. But for me, it's like that shit never mattered. Like it doesn't matter if you like men, if you like women, I don't give a shit, right? It doesn't matter.
It's a weird thing to fucking care about.
It is, and it's weird in the sense that people make it weird, but
we make it weird. We make it so awkward.
It's like it doesn't fucking matter.
But it doesn't.
But it's what we're grown up, right?
Yeah.
Where we're taught.
Exactly. That's you know that's why
society.
like that's why I never really uproar. It's just because it's like, you know, one of the greatest interviews that I saw, still number one of my favorites, and I'll always go back to this interview, is an interview that Rogan did with a gentleman named Daryl Davis.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
I thought it was the most beautiful episodes.
Yeah.
Or interviews or just conversations I've ever, you know, witnessed, because, you know, for those that don't know, this is a man who was a black man and in an authentic way got over like 200 plus or whatever. I can't remember the number he said. Meant, you know, people to leave the KKK.
Yeah.
You know, and he did it and he just got to know these people and he just did it. It was all curiosity.
Yep.
It was like, okay. Like these people are straight up dropping N-bombs and saying all the things, but his emotions weren't in it because he's curious as to why that?
Yeah.
Why do you say that? You know what I mean? And that to me is like, that makes so much sense. It's like, I rather, you know, okay, yeah, you got a swastika on.
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
Exactly.
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I just want to have a conversation with you.
That's exactly
you know, and like, I don't know. I'm just so like, I just more intrigued to know how you got there.
Yeah.
How'd you get there? Just curious.
100%. I'm the same way.
I'm not judging. I'm not telling you can't do that.
No.
I just want to know.
I'm the same exact way. Me even being Jewish, I'd want to talk to someone. I'd want to sit down and have a conversation. Why? You know, how did that happen?
How did that happen?
Right?
And you could just explain as much as you want to where you want.
Absolutely.
Of that, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Daryl Davis'
But now I have an understanding.
Absolutely. And Daryl Davis' story is just it's phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
It's phenomenal. And Rogan's really good at, you know, those types of conversations. And so it's amazing because Rogan has such a large audience that, you know, bringing all these different types of people on, it does start to open their eyes and ears about just new ways to think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And that's all it is. It's just like, just think a new way.
Yeah.
Just think a new way.
Yeah. Be open for change too, right?
It's just like, I mean, to even simplify it, just like look at it and take your emotions out of it.
Yep.
Take your emotions out of it. Take what you think it is, and like I do that a lot with songs. I mean, I've listened to, you know, some of the same songs like for a million fucking times. I mean, but I know my perspective will change of it, like, because I'll always find something new. It's like, oh shit,
yep,
that's what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
you know, or whatever. Just like, even though I've heard the song so many fucking times.
Yeah,
one of my favorite. I mean, I'm a fucking big Oasis fan. It's probably
nice.
Probably my favorite fucking band to be.
I love that.
But you know, they have this song called Columbia, and the chorus is, I can't tell you the way that I feel because the way that I feel is oh so new to me. And when I first was listening to that, I didn't understand it, but it's just like cool. It's like, oh yeah, I can't tell you what I feel, you know, whatever. But then, you know, as I listened to it more, and then obviously it has to do with like them being rock stars.
Fuck yeah, it does.
And, you know, I was like, it hit me a different way now doing what I do and, you know, getting this fame.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, wow. Damn, I you know, now that song means, you know, a little bit more to me because of that. You know, it's like what I explained to you. Like I couldn't tell you how I really felt about the dude crying when he saw me. Yeah. Because I don't know. Yeah. It's a new thing. Yeah. It's never happened, but it happened, and you know, there it was.
It's a beautiful thing. It's crazy because as you get older and you start to learn and live different life experiences, and you go back to some of these songs that you've listened to on repeat forever, right? All of a sudden, some of them start to like click and like something else comes out and you're like, oh, that's what it was about. Or, you know, that's what he or she was talking about. And then it builds on a new life of its own, right?
Yep. It's always a new life to it.
Constantly evolving. And I think it's important in life to throw your beliefs out the window. Like have your core beliefs, right? But have the ability to be fucking open. Yeah. Right? Be open to get your mind changed. Like maybe you're looking this way, but maybe, you know, after a deep conversation or multiple conversations or research or whatever, be open for fucking change. Yeah. Like the way I think today is not going to be the way I think tomorrow.
No.
And once you learn that, that's
kind of
yeah, it's weird.
But yeah, it's weird. Like even just thinking about it, I'm like, oh.
It's weird. But come on, you remember when you were 18, 19 years old, right? The way you thought back then? Completely different than the
Well, exactly. It's exactly what I said. Like, I was like, I wouldn't talk to those teachers the same way.
No, not now.
No. There's no way in fucking hell I would.
No.
Because where I would take it is like, I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't really stop me from, like, me now would be, like, if I heard that, I'd be like, well, that doesn't really stop me from liking the music that I like. Fuck it. She don't want to hear it.
No,
it's not for her.
But if you had a kid in that classroom and they came home to you, how would you take it?
Oh, if I had a kid, I'm like, listen, do you like the music? You don't like the music for her, do you?
Yeah.
You like the music for you. Keep it at that.
Yeah.
Like that's what I would say.
Respect.
You know, because because that's what it is. Like when you really think about it, it's like, oh, did she really matter?
No.
Did her not wanting, did it really matter?
And are you really going to change that person's mind? Because if they're so close-minded to say, bring in whatever song you want that makes you feel good and uplifting, whatever, but no rap.
Because what happens is this.
You're fucking close-minded.
Because what happens is this. There's a thing that evolves. When things evolve and you've had this, mindset at this thing that's there at the moment and it's growing, and then it continues to evolve, you're gonna fight on this hill of like discomfort and like it's not a good feeling.
No,
I'm not saying she needs to fucking listen to it.
No,
but to say, get it out of my face. Fuck it. Who cares if it's in your face?
Yeah.
Is it really hurting you?
No. Definitely not. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I wish I remembered her fucking name.
So do I. Oh, you're even wearing an Oasis t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I do want to bring it back again, right? So before you get into stand-up comedy, what was it? Like someone told you? Like how the fuck did you end up making your way there?
I mean, this was in Louisville, Kentucky, and my friends used to play like acoustic nights at a bar. And we would go all the time. And then one night they called me up and, because I was drunk and I was the guy that, fucking, I guess, I was just, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't care to go up on stage and they're like, just, you talk to the people. And I just told a story how I wrote a love album for a girl. And then, but it was just a funny story. And that was it. Like, I didn't think I was, like, doing anything. Yeah. I was just like, well, obviously, I was like, I don't want to tell anything sad.
Yeah.
So it's like, it was just, something I laugh about. This is something I laugh about. Maybe you can laugh at it, too. And then after that night, a couple of friends were like, you should try stand-up. And I was like, I don't know shit about that. And I used to be one of those drunks. I don't drink anymore. I used to be one of those drunks that like, I was the say I won't drunk.
Okay. Yeah.
Say, where I'm at.
Yeah, of course. Yep.
And someone was like, you won't. I was like, say I won't.
Oh, shit, man.
I was that guy.
Say I won't, bitch.
Yeah, say I won't. Yeah. And then fucking, you won't. And I was like, all right, bet. And then literally, oddly enough, I lost my best friend, one of my best friends, first friend I ever made. Lost him in 2009 to suicide, but by a way of, heroin. He was a heroin addict.
Shit, man, I'm sorry.
You're good. And he, was the first friend I ever had, one of the, most important people in my life. He was just like my protector. He was that guy. He was, he would wait outside my house because he knew I would come running out. He would walk me home from school, wait outside my house and knew I'd come running out, and then we'd run to his house.
Yeah, he's a brother.
Yeah, big time. Early on, he was just right there. And, he was so intelligent. He would say things that he was into punk as well. I remember we'd watch like a band and, or whatever, like if there was a band on MTV, that time where people were like, they're not punk because they're on MTV.
Yeah, of course.
And he was like, that doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't.
He goes, what's wrong with it? Like he knew that like early on. He was like, what's wrong with them being there?
Nothing.
Why can't they? Oh, they're not allowed to?
No.
What? Because you're supposed to, punk's supposed to be this fucking thing, and he was great, but he just had that kind of knowledge. He was very, very
especially
intelligent.
for being young.
Yeah. That was 6th or 7th grade.
Yeah.
For being
that's intuitive. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I a lot of like what I was like understanding, a lot was through him. He was just like I learned so much. from him. He did it. He basically read all the books, and I just listened to everything he said. I was like, yeah, what's that book talking about?
Yeah.
Great.
He's your own personal audiobook.
Yeah, exactly. And, so I lost him. This was before I lost him after, people told me I should try stand up. And, when I lost him, I was like, man, I lost a big chunk of my heart.
Yeah.
I lost a big piece of my fucking world. Like, I was like, that was my guy. That was my fucking, that was the person that would call and check up on me. Like, a fucking, basically a brother.
Yeah.
And, I got really, really fucking depressed. Like, man, just fucking low of the low. And I remember, I just shut myself off, dude. I would just be in my room. I didn't go anywhere else. I just had my laptop, and just be in my room. Yeah. Like, my roommates would try to come check on me, and I would act like I wasn't there. Like, I would kind of hide out, because I didn't want to be around anyone. That was the closest person to me. He'd been through so much, with me. He watched, those things happen to me, with the relationship with my stepfather. So, I was like, man, I don't have that. I'm like, who's going to be that person? But while I was depressed, all I did was study stand-up.
Holy shit.
That's all I did. I just studied stand-up. I'd watch anything and everything. Whether it was someone that just posted a random open mic video, or if it was something, like a bigger name. Yeah. I would just watch it. And I would start, finding my own way in it, because I was like, maybe I should, give it a shot. I was like, but before I give it a shot, I got to know what the fuck stand-up comedy is about. Because all I really knew about stand-up comedy was Dave Chappelle's Killing 'Em Softly, Eddie Murphy, Raw, and Kings of Comedy.
Yep.
But I never thought of those things as like anybody could do that. I thought, because I knew them from movies and shit and TV shows, that they just had the ability to do that. I didn't think it was like this thing that they had been doing,
of course,
for years.
Yeah.
So, and then I realized, I was like, oh, anybody can go up and yes, anybody can go up and do stand up, but not anybody can do stand up.
And exactly.
is what I'm trying to say, because I don't want people to think it's like, yeah, anybody can fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But, because I was like, oh wow, there's a lot to it. There's a lot more. Like I said, when I learn something and want to be good at something,
dive head first.
I'd fucking dive in. And, through that depression, I just fucking wrote jokes, and wrote and fucking, it was fucking weird, man.
That was your outlet though.
Yeah, that was what I had. That was all I had at that time. So it's like, I was like, yeah, maybe I should do that dare, because I did say I won't, say I won't.
Say I won't.
And then I went up and fucking did it. I went up and fucking did it. That was February 10th, 2010.
Holy shit.
Is when I did that.
How was it?
I was like, oh, this is a different fucking experience. I felt like it was my way, because I always wanted to be in bands.
Okay.
I love that life. I love that. Like, I would watch it from afar. Even friends that I know that are in bands, I just idolized. Even if they weren't a fucking big band. Yeah. Even if they're just a band that would just play little tiny fucking corners at some fucking bar. I idolized it. I loved it. So I thought that'd be my world. But then, too much of an individual. And I don't want to rely on anyone else to make it to practice or not, to where we fucking. So stand up was the thing. It was like, oh, this is my way. But I think, I was kind of riding off a dare, so I don't think I took it that serious when I first started. I didn't take it serious. Here it goes again. Another downer. until after my brother died is when I took it serious, which I lost him to prescription drugs. So it was another one of those like, and then they died 4 years apart.
Fucking hell.
So it was another one of those fucking, dives where you're just like, not even dives, we're just getting pushed off the fucking cliff.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
I get it.
So, I was just like, fuck, I don't want to make no one laugh. I just didn't, I was like, fuck it. So I quit. And I was like, I didn't know if I was going to get back into it or not. I tried to, I would try, like people would hit me up to do shows all the time. Because people did, people fucked with me. People genuinely liked me in the scene in Arizona. And, but I was just like, nah. They were like, oh, okay. I probably so my brother died in 2013 and, and I didn't get back into it until like 2016. I think I did a collective of like 4 sets and all of them were just so depressing.
Yeah.
It was just like, I'm not feeling this shit.
Yeah.
I didn't. I just did. I didn't think I would do stand up. My goal, I don't even know if it was a goal, but my thought process at that time, I lose 2 of the closest people to me. Like the thing with my brother was my only full-blooded sibling. We went through some of the craziest shit together, in the household we lived in.
Yeah.
So to lose him, I lost both of my protectors. I lost both of these guys that were the fucking, the ground, the rock. I lost these rocks. So I was just like, well, you know what? I could just fucking move to some fucking weird town, get a fucking 1-bedroom apartment, work paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
No one fucking needs to know me in this town, and I'll just do that. And I'll just exist. That was where I was. Jeez. Because I didn't think I had anything, but when you lose people, you got to realize you got a lot more to life still.
Of course you do.
There's so much more that you have.
Yeah.
There's it's not over for you.
No.
That was why I quit drinking. Because I felt like I was just slapping them in the face with the way I was drinking. I would drink and I'd be sad, but I was trying to fill this void, with Wild Turkey. And, shout out to Wild Turkey.
Yeah.
But,
that's just fucking nasty.
Yeah,
dude.
put a little hair on your chest.
Oh.
That's what I used to tell everybody.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do you drink that? I go, put a little hair on your chest.
Put a little hair on your chest. So these,
which is like what I think every Wild Turkey drinker says. Put a little hair on your chest.
These dark moments, though, for some miraculous reason, turn into light moments because they are things that propel you to the next level.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying you need these moments, but
you do though.
You need them, and you need to understand them.
There we go.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You need to understand them. Don't run away from them.
No.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wanted to fucking just go to some weird town in Arizona to where I was like, I don't have to worry about anybody.
Yeah.
I just have to worry about strictly myself.
Yeah.
Because it hurt. It hurt real bad to fucking lose 2 of the most important people in your fucking life in 4 years apart.
It's fucking terrible.
It was like this weird thing. It was like, when I lost my best friend, that was around the time I was trying to get over this thing that happened to me in my childhood.
Yeah.
I was in anger management, going through these things, on this path, and then lose him, boom, and then as I'm, working on this path of, understanding my childhood and working on this path of dealing with losing, my best friend, lose my brother, boom. You know what I mean? So
of course,
these L's that just it just made me go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah. Why? Yeah. I asked why me. I asked why, what, is this the consistency? Is it going to be is this going to be the thing?
Yeah.
It's just going to be the thing. So it's like, well, I don't fucking need to do anything. I don't want to fucking do anything.
Of course.
And then I was just so in my head. And I was like, alcohol. alcohol.
Yeah.
You know, that was the thing. You know, to just fucking turn to that.
How did you break through?
You know, when my brother died, I got I didn't realize he did this, but he made me the beneficiary of his life insurance.
Oh shit.
And so I got this check, you know, for $75,000, and man, did I hate having that fucking money.
Of course.
You know, some people are like, you know, like this is a thing for them.
Yeah.
You know, you earned it, which you can feel that way.
Fuck, you
fine.
Yeah.
That person,
Sure.
you know, trusted you and wanted you to give you something.
Yeah. Did you even know?
No.
Wow.
I don't know. I just got a call from like his work or whatever they told me, and you know, but I hated it. I hated looking at my account, seeing $75,000. So this is where I broke through. I didn't like having that money, so I just started helping people. Whatever I could, you know, not like I need to help you. It's just like whenever someone needed something, I just be like, I got you. And me doing that actually built me to feeling better. Oddly enough.
That. No, man. That's so beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Because you could have taken that money and done whatever you want, right? But I can totally understand why, you know, getting that money, it's just, it holds a lot of, you know, losing your brother, right? But to be able to turn it into a positive.
Yeah. Well, Brock, I just thought this. I was like, I can get $75,000 again, but I can't get my brother back.
No, you can't.
$75,000? Yeah. I could get that.
Of course.
Just fucking work my ass off or something.
Yeah.
You know, to where, yeah, it does happen.
Of course.
And the day it happens, I'll take a picture of it. No, but I mean, I probably won't because I'm not that type.
Yeah.
But I'm not this fucking, let's fucking
no.
You know, whatever.
Fuck that.
But yeah, you know, that was my thought process. You know, some people think that's crazy, but
no.
I mean, that was my perspective. I don't think you're crazy for wanting to keep the money.
No.
Of this person, you know, yeah, go ahead. I don't think you're crazy, but also shouldn't think I'm crazy because this is the way I want to think about it.
Dude, whatever you did with that money, that's your choice.
Yeah.
Right? Fuck it, whatever anyone else thinks.
Yeah.
So
the $75,000 wasn't that important.
No, man. Money comes and goes. You know, the ones that you care about, they come and go too. But unfortunately, those mean a lot more.
They mean a lot more.
A lot more.
$75,000? That's not even worth it.
It doesn't mean shit.
That's not even worth it.
It doesn't mean shit.
That's because that's how I thought of it. It was like, well, since you lost your brother,
here's $75,000.
Here's $75,000.
Yeah,
that ain't worth it.
No.
Now $500 million. I'm just kidding.
Now that's a lot of fucking money.
No, I'm just kidding. It's all mine, motherfucker.
No, but so what was the point of you? Okay, so this terrible thing happens, right?
Yeah.
You get this money. You're still in Arizona.
Yeah.
When did you come out to LA?
2018.
So
2016, I got back on. 2016, I got back on stage, and I felt it because you know what? Like I said, when I first started stand up, I kind of was riding off this dare. I was like, these motherfuckers said I won't, and so like every time I touched the stage like that, it was that.
Yeah.
And what I wasn't conscious to me as a comedian.
Yeah.
And when I got back on stage in 2016, it was the first time I ever felt real.
Damn.
I felt like I was no longer riding off the dare.
Yeah.
The dare was gone. It was like, oh, I can speak freely. I can say these things, you know, and people can enjoy it, you know, and have fun with it. So I just, I was just like, well, you know what? My brother and my best friend, they don't get to do the things that they wanted to do. You know, I'm having fun with this. Why not? Who gives a fuck?
Absolutely.
I could fucking fail at it or whatever, but hey, just fucking go for it. Don't even think about that. Just fucking go for it. Why the fuck not? Just fucking go for it.
I think it's so important that at least you try, because you don't want to look back at your life and say, I didn't.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we're only given a finite amount of time. And so whatever it is in your life, right? Especially when you're younger, you're given these opportunities. You want to see it through, right? Because you don't want to look back when you're 35, 45, 55 and say, fuck.
Yeah.
I could have.
Yeah.
I would have. But I decided to go for this instead.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, money comes and goes. All that shit comes and goes. These moments in time, it's not.
Yeah.
It's, you only got this.
Because it's like, it's like, fuck it. Like, why wouldn't I? Why do I have to, like, and I walk into it with like not having a fear, because it's like, you know, I don't know. It kind of makes you this, I don't know if it's ruthless that I'm looking for, but this, you walk through life a lot, you know, like you realize what matters and doesn't matter.
Of course.
That's how you walk through life after that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So it's just like, well, if I don't land this role, if I don't get this gig, okay, it doesn't fucking matter.
No.
I can still go. I can still do, you know, I could do it in other areas.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so when I moved to Los Angeles, like I had cleared out this idea of making it, or like the pressures, not the idea, the pressures of making it, by just simplifying my reasons for being here.
Yeah.
I was just like, I just want to be a good person, and I just want to be good at what I do.
Yeah.
When you simplify it to that, and then after that, it's just like fucking, go fucking do whatever the fuck you want. You know, after that,
Absolutely.
if you stay grounded with those,
with
those like, just that, you know, that's what like when people leave, I rarely get crazy comments.
Yeah.
But like when I do, I was like, I don't know what that person's going through.
I laugh at them, dude. I fucking laugh at them.
Because it's listen, listen, obviously there's got to be something you're going through to be able to write me what you want to write me. And I don't know what you're going through, but I hope you work it out.
Absolutely.
That's just how I feel. You know?
No. I get it.
Is it, you know?
No, it's not weird. I get it. I recently, I had Tom O'Neill on, who wrote Charles Manson, Chaos, Secret History of the Sixers, right? Mm-hmm. He was on Rogan. And so I had this one person, I can't say like verbatim what they wrote, but they pretty much, it was like saying that, you know, listening to the interviewer was worse torture than what the CIA did to whatever, back then and then. And they were talking about listening to me was like fucking torture, like me being the interviewer. And I just laughed. I was like, it's fucking funny. I was like, actually, it was a witty comment that you wrote, one. So, and I always like heart them, and I always write like, you know, like, I don't know. I just don't give a shit, right? I don't care that much.
Like that doesn't really stop you doing what you're doing.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
When you see those kind of comments and then you look where you're at, you're like, I'm fine.
Exactly. No, and that's exactly it, right? It's like, you know, fuck, dude.
And even like, I always think, I'm like, bro, there's fucking people that are way more famous or whatever than me.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like,
they take some fucking heat.
Dude, come on.
You know
and by the tens of thousands every time they fucking post something, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like,
well, what's so crazy though is like, you know, that 99.99% of those people that are talking shit, if they were in person, they would never say those things.
Not only that, but if they literally had that person's life, they'd be like, they would take it in a heartbeat. If they had the option to go,
that's true.
Hey, you're gonna be Drake.
Yeah.
You'd beat Drake in a heartbeat.
Of course you would.
1,000%.
Of course you would.
You know what I mean? So it's like, why? Like, you can't take it serious.
Yeah, no, you can't. You know. So you come out to LA, right? Mm-hmm. You start getting momentum. Where did really the momentum like start? Was it before you came out here, and that's what brought you here? Like, or was it the momentum really started coming once you moved to LA and then you found your tribe?
You know, I already had known some big dogs before I moved out to LA, you know. Already knew some like, you know,
Yeah.
heavy hitters
Some
in the
killers.
game. Yeah. And but when I got here, I didn't want to latch onto them because I'm like, man, they have their thing.
Of course.
They have they got theirs.
Yes.
I don't have mine. So
Yeah.
why would I fucking just hang around? So I was like, what I need to do is, you know, how do I find my own? Oh, well, start in the scene. Search for everything in the scene. Do what you got to do. You know, go to these mics where you're probably not going to get up because you don't know the person running the show, but sit there and watch and learn. And for when you get your chance, you'll know how to execute on the stage.
Yeah.
You know, and that moves me quicker than I actually thought it would.
Wow.
Just doing that, just fucking, you know, not taking this town personal.
Yeah.
Not making it seem like this town owes me something because I was really good in Arizona and I was kicking ass out there. So when I get here, I should still have that. No, I don't deserve it.
No.
You know,
No.
it's like if someone tries out, like, you know, like someone's a badass basketball player in high school.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then when they get to college, they expect that same kind of treatment, but it's like,
Nope.
no,
Yeah.
exactly. You're around a bunch of people that are doing it. You're around a bunch of people that are really good at it. So it's like, you know,
It's a whole different level.
it's a whole different level.
When you came out here, did you feel the pressure? Because no, you didn't.
No.
Yeah, I guess I could have
No.
answered that question myself.
No,
I
yeah.
realized that with you by now.
No pressure. I make pressure feel tight. No, I'm just kidding.
I like that one.
Yeah, I know. It's something I used to say all
It's
the
like
time.
a diamond.
I'm like, I make pressure feel tight. But yeah, like I just, you know, yeah, because I just wanted to do, like, the two things I just want to be good at what I do, and I just want to be good to people.
Yeah.
You know, I just want that.
Those are two people.
Yeah, and it's like, so I didn't have to worry about like, I want to get on a TV show, I want to get on this, I want to get on that, I want to get on, you know, I want to be able to perform with these people. And I'm not saying when people think of it that way, that's not wrong. It's not a wrong. This is what works for me. This is what makes me get through. And then, yeah, literally, I remember before I moved here, there were certain comedians that, you know, that I knew that weren't at the big dog level. They're like, yo, it's hard to get up here. It's hard to get stage time. Good luck. You know. Meanwhile, it happened pretty quick.
Yeah, well, because you weren't asking for a handout.
No.
You were being authentic.
Yeah, I just wanted to fucking, you know, if I got on, I got on.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going to be, I was, you know, like I remember I go to these open mics, you know, the open mics at like the bigger clubs too, like the Hollywood Improv mic, the Comedy Store mic, Laugh Factory mic. Like, yeah, I wouldn't get up, you know, but I'd sit there and watch and just understand. And then after that, I'd go home, reflect on that evening in my journal, and then wake up the next day and get back out there and fucking, you know, roll with it. You know, that's what works for me. I'm not saying everyone.
No, but you show up enough
know?
times, man. You show up enough times not asking for a handout.
Yeah.
Eventually, someone's going to reach their hand out.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, I was
It's
even
like, man, I see this guy all the time. You know, he sits there and he watches every single person go up. Let me put him up.
Absolutely.
And then when you get that chance, you know what to do because you've been sitting there paying attention to it.
Of course.
Some people are like, fuck, I didn't get up. Fucking, I'm leaving. Like after a while, they get antsy.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and they feel like they're not doing anything. But I'm doing something.
Yeah, you are.
You know what I mean?
You're working.
Yeah.
You're studying.
Yeah, studying.
I was just telling Tyler the other day that you know, some of the biggest success that I've had, even just like with the podcast, is, you know, when reaching out to people, being authentic, and then not always asking for something, offering to take care of the ride, offering to take care of hotel, offering to do whatever it is that I can do to help them because I am very appreciative of their time.
Yeah.
Right. And by doing that, I have felt the feeling reciprocated, you know, and I think it's so important in life to not always to not be that person that always wants to take without giving something back.
Yeah.
Always be true to yourself. And so for you, by showing up and not taking, yeah, like I said, someone is eventually going to reach their hand out, right? Mm-hmm. But then it comes time, like, well, I'm reaching my hand out. You better fucking get up there and show us something, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's how I wanted to pay my, thanks, is by going up there and doing well.
Yeah.
That's how I wanted to thank them. Like, it's like, oh, you gave me this opportunity. I'll thank you by doing the best that I can and actually caring to do the best that I can.
Yeah.
That's how, that's how you like say thank you.
Of course. Absolutely. Right. So you start going through this process, right? And then it's like starts picking up. 2019 hits. Leading up to when my question is going to ask about COVID, right? Before that hits up and everything that happened after that. What were some of the moments like that you can look back now and go, fuck, dude, that was awesome. Like that was amazing.
There's a couple. One of them was, becoming friends with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
That was like one that was like, it was just authentic. And I remember, when I met him, so the Comedy Store has this program called the Development Spot Program, which is where they like build you into eventually becoming a paid regular.
Yeah.
And I was a part of this program. And basically, you call in and give your availability, and they put you on like shows, whatever shows are going on during the week, and they put you at the top, like you go up and you do 5 minutes before, everybody, before the host or whatever.
Yeah.
Just like which is like, you get the fucking, the cold open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fucking hell.
Crowd's not ready yet for anything. Some of them are still walking in. Like that's the spot.
It sucks.
Yeah.
But it's amazing.
It's what you need.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I was sitting backstage and, when I was on a show where there was a bunch of fucking big dogs. It was like Bert Kreischer, fucking, Rogan, the list goes on.
Yeah.
And, I would just sit there and kind of just like, wait for my time. I wouldn't really get in their way or anything like that. And he just looks over and goes, "What's up, man?" And I was just like, "Oh, what's up?" Just started chopping from there. And the conversation got like deep immediately.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You play?" And I was like, "Nah, I was a competitive cheerleader," and then I had to do the whole fucking show the fucking video. I was like, I don't think you understand.
No.
But he was like thrilled by that. He like geeked out over that. He was like, whoa. Then we started talking about that. Then we started talking about books. I'm a fan of books. And then he was like, "Hey man, what's your Instagram? I'll follow you." And he followed me. And then I want to say like that week or like the next week, hit me up. He was like, "Hey man, I'm running a show out of the store. You want to open for me?" And I was like, "Oh fuck." I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, come by, blah blah blah." And literally, then yeah, from there the rest is kind of history. But that was like the thing. It was just like, yeah, it's insane, and just
wow.
That was like a big moment, yeah. Because and what's wild about that moment? Here's what makes that wild. The last conversation I had with my brother was about he wanted to get into like UFC, and that was the last conversation we had. We talked about that, And he was like, "Man, but I don't." People were kind of making fun of me about it. I said, his name is Damon. I said, "Damon, I'm 26 years old. I'm about to fly to Florida. to do a cheerleading competition. Go ahead and fight. I'm about to jump in the air and do splits for a crowd of fucking people in an arena.
Yeah.
Go do it.
Yes.
You know,
yeah.
that was the last conversation we had. And then, but like, you know, and then that comes like this full circle where it's like, oh shit, Rogan's like, you know, UFC commentates the fights, you know, so it's like this fucking weird thing, like this energy that I felt that I didn't catch immediately, but then it was just like, oh shit, you know, it's kind of like almost like as if he like planted that.
Of course,
you know, is how I thought of it.
Of course,
you know, so that was probably like the moment where, you know, like I really felt like I was really rolling, but I kept doing the things. You know, I kept going to those open mics because I was like, I don't want to suck.
Yes, no, that's it.
I can't just do the big shows.
No,
you know, that's how I felt for me. I was like, I can't just do these big gigs because those are the more fun ones.
Mm-hmm.
A bigger gig is a lot more easier than this fucking mic where you gotta, you know, sometimes they're at a bar, and most people in that bar did not fucking come there to hear your fucking stand up. You know, but if you're loud enough and good enough, you know, then you're like, fuck yeah.
Yes.
So you feel good about that. Because I know I can fucking kick ass, you know, wherever, you know, on a bigger show. But yeah, that was probably one of the like, you know, bigger moments for me though.
That is, that's one thing that I respect the shit about Rogan. One of the most things is that he lends a hand out to human beings. That he sees obviously potential in for sure, right? And puts them up. And it's like kind of that sink or swim. Like, I'm gonna put you right before. That's a fucking
I
spot.
don't even think he watched my set or whatever. Like when I'd met him, I think he just like, yeah, just come on by.
Jeez,
you know?
man.
I was like, oh shit.
Still doesn't matter. Like,
doesn't
right?
matter.
Right. And
fucking rock and roll. I was like, shit. You know, how do I say thanks? Got to kick ass.
How did you do?
Great.
Yeah.
Great, man.
Yeah.
You know, that was like, yeah, because it was like, you know, you're a lot more, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're a lot more prepared for a moment than you actually think.
Yeah.
You know, when you get that opportunity, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, without even thinking about because anybody and everybody would have wanted that spot.
Of course.
You know, but, you know, it was given to me. I had to execute. I had to do, you know, like there was these things I had to think about.
Yeah.
And then, you know, and it kept me going. And it's just like, yeah, if you're just kicking ass outside of like that, then you fucking.
Was that like the pivotal moment where you saw things change? Or was it leading up to that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's huge, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was that's when things started to like really.
When was this?
That was February 2019.
February 2019. And so what went on for the rest of that year for you?
Shit, man. I did a festival for Comedy Central.
Shit.
I got to perform with Rollins at a festival.
Full circle.
You know, I did the biggest comedy festival just for laughs. You know, and then I started, you know, headlining my own shows. Things were just rolling. And just, you know, I never really think about that. But
it's a beautiful thing, bro.
Until you asked me.
Full circle. Like even here in Rollins, man, God, dude. Like I heard you talking like
yeah.
Like what was that experience like because of, you know, what you thought about him for all of these years?
Well, Rollins was the punk that like I was like, oh, I connect with that guy.
Yeah.
I was like, who's this guy? I need to know anything and everything about this guy. You know, I remember I saw that video of them doing Rise Above. But yeah, I was, you know, young and seeing that video, and you know, I was like, fuck, that's the fucking
dude.
That fucking
dude.
So to meet him, I was like, this is, yeah, you know, Yeah, it was supposed to happen.
Of course it was.
That's one thing that I look at in life and go, that this was supposed to happen.
Of course it
All
was.
the other shit I go, oh shit, that's crazy. Oh shit, friends with Joe Rogan, crazy.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah,
but
this was supposed to happen.
That was supposed to happen. That was the thing that was. Yeah, I mean, it was a buildup.
Yeah.
From when I was 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
There was a buildup to that moment, and he was great. Our trailers were connected, because we had these trailers or whatever, and I'm sharing the stage with this dude.
Fuck, man.
And from going to watching this, you see what I'm saying?
I get it.
At 13 or whatever, I can't fucking remember.
Yeah.
Say 13, but alcohol do that to you. While turkey put a little hair in your chest. But watching that, even now, I remember everything clearly of watching that. When I saw The Rise Above, I was like, I've never seen lyrics like this. I never seen a message like this.
Will you pull up the lyrics from that song, please? Black Flag. Yeah, you already. Yeah. I want to read them real quick.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Right there. What does it say?
You might have to zoom in a little bit bigger for me. If you can.
Yep.
There you go. That's perfect.
Yeah. Jealous cowards try to control. Rise above. You want to say it?
We're gonna rise above.
You do it.
They distort what we say. Rise above. We're gonna rise above. Try and stop what we do. Rise above. That was okay. So
wow.
Try and stop what we do. Rise above. We're gonna rise above. My stepfather didn't like the fact that I was into punk rock or just the music, the rock music. He didn't like the fact that I was, into skateboarding. He didn't like any of that shit. But when I saw Try and Stop What We Do, Rise Above, that let me know, I can do something about this.
Yeah.
And that's when I started really fucking, I don't fucking need you.
Yeah.
But when you're a kid and this is the adult that is taking care of you, you go, damn, I need this adult.
Yeah.
But that song made me realize I don't need this adult.
I love that.
I don't need this.
I love how, we can look back at our life and find these pivotal moments.
Yeah.
Especially when, some type of song, some type of band just influences us in such a major way, right? Mm-hmm. And throughout our entire life, there are going to be these moments where we look back and go, well, that was because of this and that was because of that. And, as a kid, reading those lyrics, hearing those lyrics, try and stop what we do.
But even go to the chorus, we are tired of your abuse.
Try to stop us. It's no use.
I had no fucking fear of my stepfather. I had no fucking fear. I'm ready for you.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's go. Oh, you like, I remember I got to a point, it was like, oh, you're going to hit me? And I would fucking smash my head into a wall.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay. Your turn.
Yeah.
That's how I fucking was. That's how I got.
I get that.
I was so fucking ruthless.
I get that.
But like, I was, because I'm like, I'm not fucking scared.
Yeah.
Do something.
I remember like a year before my father passed is when I was 16 years old and I was done. I was fucking done, right? And we got into it one of these nights and I forget what it was even about, right? And I knew he was gonna like fucking hit me, like punch me in the face or something like that. And I took my hand and I just fucking smashed it into one of the glass fucking pictures. And I was like, you want to fucking hit me? Let's go. Literally the same exact thing that you said.
Because you just feel it. You're like, fuck it.
Fucking done.
All right.
Done. Can't
get any lower than this.
No.
Let's fucking go.
No, exactly.
And then when he would see that, he would like back off. Because he was just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I know I don't need you.
Of course.
I know I can't get my own place right now.
It's true.
But if it's the streets I have to be on, then it's the streets I have to be on. I don't care.
Of course.
I know I got these things.
Yeah.
I knew I had these lyrics.
Of course.
That's all I fucking needed was those fucking lyrics right there. I as long as I have that, damn.
Yeah.
I'm good.
That right there. We're tired of your abuse. Try to stop us. It's no use.
Exactly.
It's fucking deep, man.
Yeah.
To bring it back, right? So you go through, 2018, 2019, Rogan putting you up, going through, this amazing fucking year. Then you start to get into 2020, March hits, pandemic. What the fuck was that like? Because for being I can't even imagine for all these comedians out there that they're up there, 3, 4, 5 times a fucking week. Like, to perform, you need to be in front of people, right? And you can't.
Yeah.
What?
Podcasting. Double down on the podcasting.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get the reaction like you get when you're on stage.
Yeah.
But, you're giving people something to look at, to still that have fucked with you and that seen you on the road. They can still see you, weekly, by podcasting.
Yeah.
And that was like the thing, I had my own, which I was like, yeah, that's what I was ready for, was just to really fucking, and, still doing it, and it's growing so much. But then, I got on, King of the Sting with Brendan Schaub and Theo Von.
Yeah.
And that was like a major like jump for me during this. And then, my tour dates had stopped, but, certain places were doing like half capacity, social distance rooms.
Yeah.
Brendan Schaub, took me on tour with him. And then, unfortunate things happened, with Fighter the Kid, to where, and then Brendan brought my boy Malik and I onto that. And so it's really, those things have like really pushed me to another level.
Yeah.
To where like people get to know this dude. And I didn't realize, like, I get these messages a lot where it's like, yo, I really connect with you. And, they're like, I see all your band T-shirts. A lot of people like to talk to me about music.
Yeah.
Which I can do for days.
I can tell.
Because it all roots back to that for me. But, it's like, it's cool, but there's two things you can do during this pandemic. You can sit there and be like, fuck every fucking day, or you can find your way.
Of course.
And, I was ready to find my way individually, but, getting on those other 2 podcasts have like helped me to even find my way even more, do this and gain another knowledge for how to do things, for, how to build me, how to fucking, this is Shapel Lacey,
I love that.
So yeah, a lot of people have struggled through this, but, I'd be a fucking jackass to say, yeah, man, it was really, I'd be a jackass to say that. If it was like, man, it's just really tough, I'm just really down. I'd be a piece of shit.
I get that.
If I said that.
No, I get that, and I respect and appreciate the honesty. What's crazy is like I'm always like stuck between a rock and a hard place, because during COVID, my business saw some of the biggest growth that it ever has. Right?
Yeah. I
started the podcast, and I started out with friends and family, and now I have people like yourself on. Right?
Yeah.
And it's just been an amazing experience, and it was actually a fucking good year personally for me.
Yeah.
Right?
But also with understanding that, like, not everybody.
Exactly. I do get that. And so it's like, sometimes it's like hard for me to like say, yeah, this was like one of the best years I've ever had personally. Right. Yeah. But I know that like so many people already, and I know that so many people, have gone through this and that. And just recently I've lost 2, I've had 2 very close people die, and grandma going through everything that she went through, and just like it's been crazy. But on the other side, it's been fucking awesome. So it's just like, what the fuck do you say? But you have to be honest.
I have to be honest and show my appreciation.
Yeah, you have to.
I have to. Otherwise, it'd be like, you know.
I love that because you look at your story, right, and you've throughout your story, like you've put in the work, right? You haven't expected anything in return. No. But what happens is when you're not that person that's saying, gimme,
yeah,
you attract fucking other like-minded individuals. And then sometimes those like-minded individuals might be farther along, right? And what do? They lend a hand out, right? And so it's beautiful to give it a return. Dude, you didn't need to come on this podcast. You didn't know me for shit.
I literally say no to everyone.
So it's like I was expecting you to go, I had something come up, right? I was like, you know, when you said yes, I was like, fuck yeah, man, that's so cool. I was like super stoked. And then obviously you're here right now. We've been talking for the past couple hours, right? So it's just like, it's beautiful. And yeah, I appreciate, you know, everything that you've done and being so honest and raw and like true to yourself and never losing that. What is like the next shit for you, man? Like, what is next?
Yeah, just well, I mean, tour dates are starting to pick back up for me, you know, because you know, things are starting to roll a little bit more again.
For sure.
So like I'm able to do my own thing, you know. Granted, I do love touring with my boy Brendan, but you know, it's nice to, you know, it's like, oh fuck yeah, you know, like this. It's nice to have that again because it was very exciting when I first got it, but like obviously, you know, it shut down for me. But you know, to get back and build myself into that like consistent touring headliner is like, you know, the thing I'm like really excited for, and just having fun. You know, I've been able to kick it with some of my favorite musicians. You know, fucking, you know, you had Derek Green on here. I kick it with Derek Green and Toby Morse. You know, and you know, those guys, you know, have been like such a massive positive light in my, you know, life on another level. You know, it's like I have these positive friends over here, but to like make these new friends and for it to be another positive thing is fucking great. You know, like, I mean, you know, I've kicked it with Tim Armstrong from Rancid.
Fucking
you know,
hell, man.
Like that was like a fucking what the fuck?
Dude,
you know what I mean?
My God.
Like I'm sitting there in his studio and he's showing me,
that's so
you know, his Operation Ivy guitar.
You know,
he's showing
shut
me
the fuck up, dog.
Showing me like all this shit, right? Exactly. How legendary is that?
Bro. Up Ivy was like the fucking, like, oh my God. And then Rancid obviously now come the Wolves, but like, ooh, that's so gangster, man.
It's fucking insane. But like, you know, so like, and I'll tell you off air. I mean, we're
that's cool.
We're working on something, you know, which I'm like pretty stoked on.
Fuck you.
Yeah. You know, and I'm not gonna give them like this is a release date or whatever. It'll happen when it happens.
Yeah.
You know, like
that's so.
You know, because I just enjoy. I honestly enjoy the fucking time with those dudes. You know, it's like, but like. Weird analogy, but it's like you know when you meet a girl and you just enjoy the time with the girl and like the sex doesn't matter because you had that, you know, but the sex will happen.
Of course. No.
Weird analogy.
No, but it's true. It's true.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. It's like I just enjoy the time with the dudes, and you know, when we do the thing, we'll do the thing.
Those long lasting relationships work out so much better, right? It's like so much better.
Even if it doesn't, but like. Or whatever, but
appreciate the time.
I appreciate the fucking just that much.
Yeah.
You know, to be able to text back and forth with Tim Armstrong, you know, fucking
dude.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude.
And then, you know, and then
that's so dope.
You know, and then, you know, fucking Travis Barker also I chop it up with him online and shit. And
so
you know, so it's like, you know, he's like, yo, we gotta link up, and I'm like, you
sure.
Know? So like, it's like even just hearing that, like, I'm like, it'll happen when it happens, you know. But we'll whatever. You know what I mean? I just
I get it. But
I'll do what I do, and I'll just enjoy the fucking moments of whatever. But so those are the things I'm excited about. The podcasting game, super excited about that. I'm super excited about my individual podcast. It's managed, which has been really growing, and I've been really happy about that. And thanks to the the other podcasts that I'm on that have helped me. It's like, oh, we can hear Shapel over here too.
Yeah.
This is his thing. So it's nice. And then people see me on these podcasts and they come out to the shows and it's like, oh shit, and then also fucking around with music shit, because this is my way of I'm not trying to be in a band, but this is,
I get it.
You know what I mean?
Get it.
Because it's like, listen, I got to rely on people, and I still don't want to do that.
After all these years. But to think, bro, this kid from Mesa, Arizona, right?
Yeah.
You look back fucking 20 years ago, right? And then to look at your life, flash forward. You never, would you have thought?
Fuck no. Say that shit all the time.
No.
The only one I would have thought was the Rollins thing.
Yeah,
but
I believe that.
But everything else, I'm like,
I have one of those.
What? Who?
One of those things.
Who was it?
Well, hasn't happened yet, so I don't know.
Oh, got it. Oh, you have it. Yeah.
It hasn't happened yet. So
don't even tell me.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'll tell you off air.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Once again, and I've said this a few times, I really appreciate you as a human being, and I appreciate your story because it's just dude, so many people go through shit on a day-to-day basis and say that they're going to do this or say that they're going to do that. But to have a human being go through everything that you've gone through, all the different fucking things, right? And then to be where you're at today and still be so positive and be just so hungry for more and just branching yourself out, diversifying, it gives hope to a lot of people. And I think that's why people connect to you so much, man. Is you're a funny motherfucker, but also it's who you are as a person.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just, I don't know, fucking triumph's the better story.
It is.
Who just wants to sit there and tell this fucking...
No.
Because I'll tell you this. No one gives a fuck what you're going through.
No one does.
No one fucking cares at all, dude.
Exactly.
Me losing to the closest people, no one gives a fuck.
No one cares.
No one cares. They see it, but they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no.
They don't give a fuck because the thing they care about the most, or not even that they care about, it's just what attracts them is the fucking triumph.
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
Yeah.
I saw you go through that. And then to see where you're at now, that's the better story. And it's let's not make that weird to fucking not tell the triumph story. The conflict will be there. The conflict's there, but also, tell your fucking triumph.
100%.
Triumph out of that shit.
Dude, it's you hear Elon Musk and all these great entrepreneurs and businessmen, and they talk about some of the greatest things that they've ever learned is from their losses, right? Is their failures, right? But if they were up on stage talking about all their failures, do you think anyone fucking cares? No. People want to hear their wins. Right?
This happened to me and then this happened to me.
It's no one fucking cares.
Because then you're like, what else?
No, exactly, right? And so it's
well, okay, I realized that happened, but where's the after that?
It's no, that's it.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. Damn, well, this is a boring TED Talk.
Holy shit, man. That's so true. So it's just, we want to, you don't always want to focus on the positive. You don't want to sugarcoat shit.
Dude, let me tell you something. I read all these because I fucking have to. I read a lot of these self-help books, but I take all that shit with a grain of salt.
Why do you have to? Hold on, sorry.
Because I'm fucking nuts.
You're weird.
That's why, because I fucking have to keep working on this anger.
Yes.
Because it doesn't just go away. But so I read those, but I take it with a grain of salt because it's you always got to come down to a reality.
Yeah.
Some don't get me wrong. Some of them were good, but some of them, I just oh, that's a solid message. That's cool. You know what I mean? But I just take it for me
yes.
and how I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
It's I think the same way with quit calling me.
That's what you think about? The same thing about?
That's that anger. With religion, take it for you.
If you want more water, I got water.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you. I drink a lot of water. That's why I said water's great.
Yes, it is. That's why I drink this.
But I don't remember what I was saying. But oh yeah, like I think about that with like religion. Take it for what you want to take it for you. Yes. You know what I mean? Like I'm not sitting out here like, you know, being a fucking self-help fucking. I can't fucking do that. That's not my fucking. I'm not a motivational speaker. I could tell you my story and tell you how I fucking, you know, how I overcame it and shit. But I can't fucking sit there and be this like, you know, you wake up, you fucking go do it. You know, like it's like I'm not gonna fucking do that. Yeah. I'm not gonna fucking do that. But like, you know, I think the message is like, you know, pretty cool.
Oh fuck yeah, man. I think the only people that can do that and do it well is David Goggins.
Oh, that motherfucker.
Because that motherfucker just...
Because he's the one person that you see actually live it. Yeah. That's why. I'm like, dude, God damn. Dude.
Have you read his book?
No.
Read his goddamn book. Gosh. You will be blood.
I'm terrified of that one.
Dude.
All the other ones are very simple and fucking like, you know, you just need to do this. But he's like, get the fuck up, you know, stay hard. You know, like, I'm like, oh shit.
But he is his story, man.
Yeah. I've listened to like his interviews. I think his interviews are fucking
I'd love to have him on the podcast, man. Yeah. He's just, he's one of those dudes where I was like, his positivity, like, it's like the only person I can take like that, right? Because it's like anyone else that's too positive all the fucking time, I'm like, there is something else.
There's something else. You're hiding something.
You're like weird. It's like the comedians that are like super clean, you know? It's like there are a couple out there that are really good, but then it's like, then there's some stories that you hear, you know, and it's just like,
some you can see like, it's like, oh, you genuinely are just like this.
Yes, of course.
You've always just been like a clean person.
Yeah. And then
some you're like,
what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? What are you fucking hiding?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So it's important. All right, dude. As we start to wrap this up, I got one question. All right, and I guess the question is your phone ever gonna shut the fuck up?
No. What the fuck?
Ruining this goddamn interview.
Yeah, call me. Oh, that was my girlfriend.
Oh, okay. You can take it.
Hold on.
Put it on the podcast.
Recording, sweetheart. You gotta add the sweetheart.
I thought your wrist said PMW.
What?
PMW?
On my finger?
Your four.
Oh, no, that's just, I got that PMA.
No.
Oh.
PMW.
Yeah, I don't know what PMW is.
Pussy, money, weed.
Oh, that is that. Recording, sweetheart, almost done. Give me. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry about that.
You ready? You sure?
Yeah.
All right, last question.
She hit me with that emoji where it's like, you know,
are you sure?
Yeah, the eye raising eyebrow emoji. Yeah. That's the emoji she hit me with. She called.
Are you in trouble? Oh, yeah.
And then she hit me with that fucking like 3 of them.
You like rejected her fucking call.
I didn't know I was pushing her calls away. And that's because I was like, you know, and that's why she sent me this emoji.
So I called 10 times, rejected every single one.
That's like her favorite thing to send me is those fucking
because you're always in trouble, dog.
Yeah, and I'm like, shit, fucking all right. This is a recording, sweetheart.
Okay, all right. First off, before I guess I ask you last question, where can people check out your podcast, your Instagram? So
Instagram at Shapel Lacey podcast. It's managed.com. Fucking dumb. It's managed on all fucking podcasting platforms, YouTube, the whole fucking thing. You know, all that shit. You know, I'm pretty easy to find.
Yeah, he's easy, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
All right, last question. Do you believe in aliens?
Fucking who cares? That's how I feel about it. I go, if I hear one more fucking conversation about fucking aliens, dude, I'm like, okay, if they fucking come, they come and they chill. If they're here, they're here. But if they're not, I don't give a fuck.
You don't care?
I'm not gonna. No, I
Come
don't
on.
care.
You don't care if we're the only ones out there?
Bro,
that'd be fucking weird, though.
First of all, that's too much to fucking put my head around.
Okay.
And to search for that, I'm like, listen, I'm already my head's already fucking nuts. So it's like, I'm not gonna add another fucking nutty thing to it.
But you don't. Come on. You don't think they exist?
They probably do.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we're the only fucking being to exist
ever.
You know, like I don't think that's fucking.
That'd be weird.
But
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't, right? It doesn't. On an individual level, no, it doesn't matter. But fuck, man, I would love to know if they're real. I would love to know if they're real or not. Have you seen the videos? I talked about this last podcast.
What?
Maybe too much. The video of like Commander David Fravor, where like he's the Navy air pilot, Air Force.
Most likely
pilot.
I haven't watched. If it has anything
What
to do with
is
aliens,
wrong with you?
I most likely
What
have not
is
watched
wrong with you?
Because I don't fucking care.
Well, what do you care about? PMW.
PMA. Yeah. Books. I don't know. Shit other than aliens.
All right, let me ask you a better question.
You thought we were gonna vibe on this?
God
alien
damn
shit?
it, bro!
Am I the only person?
No. I asked the person last podcast this question. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna ask you too."
Yeah.
Just because it's so random than everything we talked about. All right. I don't ever really ask last questions, so I'm just gonna end the fucking podcast.
Way to
I
top
feel like
it
it's a
off.
goddamn interview, and I was like, "No, I just don't have a conversation."
That is a
with
funny
fucking
way to
people.
top it off, though.
All right,
but
so
this
we're
is
done.
great. Thank you, Brock. I appreciate
bro.
it.
Thank you, man.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, as always.
Yeah.
Woo! And have a good night. Boom! Wowzers! Thank you so much for watching the podcast. If you guys like everything that we're doing, definitely subscribe to our channel. You see my head? Hit that right there. And if you guys want to watch more amazing content on Back to Your Story, hit that bad boy right there. Have a good night, people. Peace out. Mother boop.